Sean, what's with that scar on your hand there, buddy?
This scar, I got it from cleaning the fryer one day. It burned my hands to a crisp, and it mutilated it.
I've got one better. 2018. 17 order of pretzel bites. Thought I could handle them all. They nearly killed me. Burned so hot I thought I saw God.
You want to know how I got these scars?
Trevor, no,
God
it's
fucking damn
not,
it, Trevor.
We're not doing
It's
the
not
Dark
the
Knight.
Dark Knight. I get it that you're scared of the dark, but that's not horror.
You know, it's like literally, Trevor. It's horror movie October. We're doing spooky season.
So what movie are we doing then?
Well, I will let you know. Relax and Rewind. Jaws is up next.
You're the reason I drink.
You yell barracuda. Everybody says, huh? What? You yell shark. We've got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
Is it true that most people get attacked by sharks in 3 feet of water, about 10 feet from the beach? Yeah.
What we are dealing with here is a perfect engine, an eating machine.
We're not only going to have to close the beach, we're going to have to hire somebody to kill the shark.
Bad fish. But I'll catch him and kill him.
Did you hear your father? Out of the water now!
This shark, swallow you whole. You're gonna need a bigger boat.
That's a 20-footer.
25. 3 tons on them.
Hold it up, he's coming straight for us. Don't screw it up now. Don't wait for me. Now! Shoot! What's the deal? Give him room! I can't! He's trying to run! Oh! Come quick! I can't hold it! Hurry! Break it up! Hurry!
None of man's fantasies of evil can compare with the reality of Jaws. Roy Scheider, Robert Shaw, Richard Dreyfuss, Jaws. See it before you go swimming.
All right, welcome back to wrong movie, Trevor.
Not again.
Oh my gosh! Welcome back to Relax and Rewind. We're on number 2 of our 2023 spooky season movie picks.
Yeah, but I have a bone to pick.
Just right out the gate. Hold on,
Before you
let me hold
You
on.
picked.
No.
Hold on.
Before you do that, guess who's back?
Oh,
Back again.
why is this your returning bit?
That's one of several.
Hold on. Let me introduce the movie first. I know I said it already.
Yeah,
They've
yeah.
already heard the trailer.
Okay.
But yes, we are doing 1975's Steven Spielberg's, honestly, one of his masterpieces, Jaws, starring Roy Schneider and
When I think October,
Robert Shaw,
I think
Richard
Jaws.
Dreyfuss.
When I
think
think of stuff that
sharks-
scared me I think Jaws.
So, not the most conventional October spooky movie.
Good picks would have been like, I don't know, Halloween,
Evil
or
Dead. We've already done John
Evil
Carpenter.
Dead.
Yeah,
We haven't done Raimi yet.
yeah. We gotta hold off. Halloween might come this month, bud. It might still
Might.
come.
Well, the holiday will
Well,
for sure,
we might cover Halloween on this show,
but
so
not any of the sequels.
what?
Halloween
You don't-
2 is good.
Some of the Halloween movies.
honestly,
are not
I
bad.
don't know.
Halloween
I haven't seen any of them.
Halloween 3 is an interesting take.
But I like Halloween 3 actually. I like the idea behind the Halloween 3.
Yeah.
But
anthologies are
anyways,
cool. Stranger Things should have been an anthology. IMO.
just a weird drive-by on Stranger Things, but
Stranger Things deserve some strays, honestly.
fair. But of course, this was our good friend and
Esteemed
forever guest,
esteemed not co-host and prisoner of Sean's basement. Me, myself. It's Graham.
Yes. And I want to put this out first because I know a lot of people probably saw this and heard that we're doing spooky season or whatever. And they're like, why the fuck are we doing Jaws? Why the fuck are they doing Jaws? So I just want you, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to just explain yourself.
Yes.
Why you
Sell
chose
us
Jaws.
on it being a spooky season movie.
Yeah.
I saw this movie in around maybe 2009, 2010 when I was either 8 or 7. An 8 to 7-year-old should not be given access to watch Jaws. This movie scared the shit out of me, but it was so good that I watched it so many times. This movie has imprinted on me. There's so many, I'll get into it in the best line, but there's so many just throwaway lines in this movie that just live rent-free in my head. I just love this movie. It's pretty fucking scary.
All right.
As for a kid, it's scary.
Honestly, how scary can it be?
Yeah.
You just don't go in the water. Duh.
I literally did not get in the water after
Bro,
watching this movie for
Other
a while.
movies have like a paranormal demon following you no matter where you go.
Yeah,
Bro,
it is.
it's just a shark. Just don't go in
Trevor,
the water.
I can beat any demon by creating a cross out of my fingers and say, "Be gone, Jesus blast."
That doesn't work.
Yes, it does. You've never done it. You've never
Not
fought
in every
demons.
movie.
I've
I
stayed
have
in a
not-
literal house that's haunted by a ghost. You know what I did when I saw a floating road? Jesus blast. And
I
I went
don't-
back
The
to the
idea
room.
that actually works is really funny to me.
How do they beat the demon in The Exorcist? A fucking cross
power of
and
Christ.
Yeah, the power of Christ.
You claim
It's some
that
Captain
I've never
Planet ass
fought
shit.
demons, but I don't recall you
once
ever
again-
fighting sharks.
We once again have
So-
lost our Catholic audience within the first 5 minutes of this.
They can't lose the Catholic
Oh.
audience. My family built the first motorized Pope mobile, and I have the receipts to prove that.
I have the receipts.
I am in eternal good standing with the Catholic Church and the Vatican. Now, do I ever want to cash the check?
All right. We're getting a little too off.
Interesting.
Now
We're
we've
good.
lost the Catholic
Yeah,
audience.
now we've
Protestants, we're
lost-
coming after you next. Prepare to catch this right hand of
Any-
God.
Just going off now. We're
Speaking
but
of godless
anyways,
monsters, Steven Spielberg.
What
Yeah.
happened to your 30-second pitch?
My 30-second pitch was I saw this as a kid, and it
Yeah,
scared.
you already said it.
Yeah, I saw it as a kid.
Were
and
you
it
not
scared the shit out of me.
So it
gave me
scared
nightmare. It gave me nightmares as a kid. I didn't want to get in water. That same year, we went into the Gulf of Mexico, and I refused to get in the water. We were chumming for sharks, and I didn't say this at the time, but the whole time I was like, please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop.
It's undeniably a summer movie. But
It's okay.
Yeah, it's
All right.
It's the first ever summer blockbuster.
Yeah. Speaking, you brought up that this is a summer movie and that's the first summer blockbuster. We will get to that. But I do want to bring up one thing to get us back on track so that we don't anger any other denomination of religious sect. But but
Watch your back, Southern Baptists.
is there a religion that worships a shark god? Because that'd be pretty sick.
I don't know. There's
Uh,
probably
it's-
some sort of.
Cthulhu kind of is
Cthulhu is not.
like
Cthulhu is not.
Cthulhu
really.
I'd say is probably the closest.
I was gonna guess there might be something in. I don't know. Some maybe Polynesian, maybe some Hawaiian shark god.
You're just assuming.
Maybe.
I don't know. Specific, baby.
I don't know. Anyways, we're covering Jaws.
Yeah.
We're doing Jaws. It was picked. It is technically a horror movie, and I wanted to put it out to you guys first.
By a technicality,
Do
he
you-
wins.
Do you count this as a horror movie? Because I rewatched it, and I think when I first saw it, I didn't think it was a horror movie.
I think it's
I
more
thought
of
it's
a thriller.
I thought it was a really good thriller, but the second time around, I think it's a horror movie.
It's a thriller.
has-
It's
it
a thriller
has-
with horror elements.
It has the
Yeah.
beats of a horror movie.
It has the beats of the horror movie. Something I also thought. I know you guys aren't big readers because who fucking reads?
I read.
Did you read the book?
No,
The Jaws book?
I was gonna talk about how this opens like a Michael Crichton book opens. Have you ever read anything by Crichton?
I read. Jurassic
I've read.
Park.
Yeah, I've read the opening of Jurassic Park.
So you know how the sorry, throat bubble. You know how the opening of Jurassic Park is just about this family on an island and
Yeah,
their kid
yeah,
gets
yeah.
attacks. I felt that very same thing about how the opening book is just unrelated. We get a shark attack and then we're introduced to the main characters and then that's like the inciting action. That's what gets them all going. It's like
Yeah.
the girl gets attacked. Brody comes in and is like, oh, what are we going to do about this? It felt very Crichton-esque.
Yeah, I mean, this you put that out there, and I'm like, yeah, I can definitely see it. And I mean, I'm not surprised that that Spielberg then went on to do something like Jurassic Park if he
about
was
20 years
you
later.
know, yeah, but I mean, still, Crichton was writing stuff at this time, and
Mm-hmm.
when did Jurassic Park the book come out actually? Because
I want to say 90.
Jurassic Park book, novel by Michael Crichton, came out in 1990. Yes.
Yep, because as soon as it came out, people were frothing at the mouth for the new movie rights. Because that was side tangent. That was Michael Crichton's big era. Because he wrote Twister, he wrote ER.
What?
Yeah, Michael Crichton wrote ER was supposed to be a movie. But then it
really?
got turned. Yeah, it was created by Michael Crichton. Michael Crichton in the 90s. That was his big movie.
Damn,
era.
yep, there it is. Writer, also creator, Michael Crichton, ER.
Yep, and then
How the fuck was ER on for over 10 years?
Don't look up Grey's Anatomy anytime.
That's White
That's
Woman's
fair,
One Piece.
yeah.
But to wrap up the tangent, a film called Timeline came out, and it was so bad that Michael Crichton refused to give anyone his rights, which kills me because of what I would not do. I would throttle every man on Earth for some kind of adaptation of Dragon Teeth.
Of Dragon. Oh, what is Dragon Teeth?
That's the
actually?
last book he ever wrote. After he died, it was the
Oh.
manuscripts, and they finished it up. It's a Western. It's, oh my God, it's so good.
Interesting. I will definitely have to start reading, or at least read that. But
I read
anyways,
it in a night. It's not too long.
Neither of you have read the Jaws book, right?
I have
No,
not.
my mom read it on a trip to the beach, and then when she was 13, and she did not go in the water.
That's
The book itself is about a real life incident that happened in their 19
New Jersey
or-
1919 shark attack. They reference that in the movie.
Mhm,
yeah.
they do reference it.
But this is, I think you bring in at least you said that your mom read the book, didn't go in the water. I mean, a lot of people didn't go in the water after seeing
Movie
this movie.
called Shark Frenzy.
And I and this is where I think I can easily put a nice concrete
Cement.
That's
concrete
baby.
Walter Cronkite. What are you talking
No,
about?
you can put a nice concrete staple on.
Yeah, it puts a nice concrete basis on. I think that this definitely counts as a horror movie.
It made everyone
Because-
afraid of sharks.
All
Like,
I'm saying
look
is,
at-
after I saw this movie, I went in the water and I was like, "Come at me, sharks!"
Trevor, I guess you're
And
just
now
built
Trevor's
different.
just a torso.
Yeah, I'm just built different.
What?
He's just a
You're
torso.
gonna die by a shark attack, and people are
No,
gonna
I'm
go
not. You
back.
know why? Because I'm never going in the ocean.
Because you got scared, and also you got
No.
Darth Mauled by a shark before.
Not because of this movie, but
But I think that though is prime horror, especially the opening. It's
Mhm.
You have so many horror movies that open with the two teenagers that are they're
Getting frisky.
they're getting a little frisky, and then
There's a little bit of
there's
weed going around, a little bit of drinking.
yeah, exactly.
Whoa.
And then it's
are they married? I don't think so.
what?
I do have the marriage receipt. She did marry marijuana legally.
What?
She married my
No, but the guy.
Yeah.
but
That
But,
would suck. You're swimming with someone, they get eaten by a shark, and
You're too drunk, and you go
All
I'm
right.
not drunk.
he
That's not
literally is
drunk.
yelling, "I'm
Yeah,
not drunk."
Mr. Sheriff, sir, she got eaten by a large beast.
Nah,
Yeah,
it was
but,
a
It's nothing to
propeller
do with
accident.
me.
But anyways, it's that is such unrelated thing, but also ties into the bigger picture. I mean, one of the most iconic horror movies, excuse me, of all time, Scream. God, excuse
Bro,
me.
you're
Um,
burping up in here.
I am. But the most iconic, one of the most iconic horror movies, Scream, does the exact same thing as Jaws. So
What's your favorite fish movie?
that is an odd segue.
Will Smith's Shark Tale.
Finding Nemo.
You guys took two good animated fish movies.
You're gonna call Shark Tale good?
Yeah, Shark Tale's not good.
Hey,
Finding Nemo is.
it's got our man Marty Scorsese in it. So
Yeah, so
You're
does
right.
so does an ad for Polaroid disposable cameras.
hey, that's a good ad though.
It is a good ad.
Hold on, I'm looking up animated fish movies.
Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, Shark Tale, that one DreamWorks one that came out that's kind of about fish.
Mine is Adventures in Fishtail Reef.
That
Fuck,
sounds-
Ponyo's right
wow.
there.
Oh, yeah,
Ponyo's
Ponyo.
right there.
We gotta do a Ghibli movie eventually.
We will. I feel like we're gonna have to do an animated film here.
Jaws is unironically the best live action shark movie though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, thinking of like, I don't know, like 47 meters down or something, like terrible. There's not a lot of good shark movies.
Well,
Yeah.
I think the reason why is because you have.
Jaws
look
did
up
everything
shark-
the best.
I look
and
up shark movies. Number 2 is the Suicide Squad. Fuck off, Google. Like
Killer
come
Shark.
on.
He's a character.
Yeah.
King Shark.
Oh yeah, King Shark.
I mean, to
Um,
go back to the Jurassic Park connection, I think what makes this movie work is famously the shark does not work. It
It
doesn't.
did not.
It doesn't show up till like an hour and 20 minutes into it,
Mhm.
and so there's a real don't see it, and it's a lot
True,
scarier.
true
Yeah.
horror film element there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the,
You
the
don't
mix between the animatronics amazing for
Like
75.
I'm just gonna point out, like the thing episode. I feel like now me and Graham are trying to convince you that this is a horror movie, where you were trying to convince us that thing is like amazing.
I like Jaws. It's like
yeah, I know that, but I'm saying like we're trying to convince you that it's a horror movie.
yeah.
The Thing is better than Jaws.
And no.
Hey, that's a
Okay, actually, I would retract that. I honestly, Jaws is really well made.
Yeah.
It's so good.
But
But the animatronic,
yeah.
the blending between that and the actual shark footage, there's only a few times when I can tell it's an animatronic, and you have to be
Yeah.
looking for it. But it's an incredible animatronic.
it really is. It's so interesting, especially like because you brought up like scene or show. It's not show don't tell, but it's tell don't show
Mm-hmm.
basically, and it's like
Due to technical issues.
of course it's due to technical issues, but like I mean that's also like some of Hitchcock's stuff, like some of the really good like quote unquote thrillers or horror from the 50s, 60s, or from 40s, 50s, 60s.
I mean, Psycho, they don't show the face. during that
Yeah,
famous scene.
Psycho, you don't even know it's him until like, was it probably like an hour and a half in?
Mm-hmm.
But
I mean, this movie even steals one of the Hitchcock tropes where the kid dies. Spoiler alert. Who hasn't seen this
no,
movie?
yeah, spoiler
Where
alert.
it's probably one of the most famous shots in the movie where they do that great zoom.
The
into-
dolly
into
zoom.
dolly
Yeah.
zoom into the focus for Brody, and he just goes,
Iconic.
Oh yeah, we'll get to. Don't worry, I have that written down for some of the awards. But yeah, like it's so interesting because it like this as a like horror movie is also really interesting within the realm of Spielberg himself, because he has not really done another quote unquote horror movie
No.
since this. Like it's like the closest you could get is Jurassic Park, because it still has this it has the
Yeah, the raptor scene. That
the,
shit
you
scared me
know-
as shit. It also scared me as a child.
yeah it
What-
has like
what
the,
scared me was his arm being detached, like Samuel Jackson's arm.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
falling on
yeah.
it.
It's also got that same
Laura
thriller
Dern.
horror.
Yeah,
no, it
but
goes-
I wouldn't if say like Trevor was to pick Jurassic Park
That's
for his Halloween
even-
pick, I would
that
definitely
movie's got
veto
too
it.
much awe and wonder.
But like I mean, he has like some of those scenes. I mean, even like his like action movies. Like I think Munich, there's a really good scene where it's like
That's a
it's
city, not a
very-
movie. You fool.
it's a Spielberg movie. I know because I've seen them all.
You really
but-
are white and a film major.
what was the line in The Nice Guys about Munich?
Oh, yeah, a guy with no balls, or he's coming from Munich.
Yeah.
Dude with no balls.
But anyways, like he has like those scenes in like a lot of his movies, like Minority Report. There's horror. There's like
He did Minority Report?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
Well, yeah, you do. But like he has those like he has some sort of horror elements, but like he's never done a horror movie.
Do you think that's because horror films have this stigma that they're not as like they're B movies, like they're not elevated, like they're not
Well,
top
so
tier?
so
That can be.
I
I got a
think-
question to pose to you because I know you guys usually start with a question. I didn't think we did do it.
yeah.
Do you guys would qualify this as a proto slasher esque film?
I was just thinking about that. If you just treat the shark like a slasher, like
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I mean,
That's
'cause-
what I was saying is like I think there's the concrete basis of like this is basically just a slasher movie except the slasher is a shark and it's in the water.
now I'm picturing like
Imagine
shooting Michael
Moby Dick,
Myers
yeah.
with like barrels.
Whoa, hold on. I want you to hear you.
imagine
I heard
Moby Dick. Imagine Moby Dick, but the whale was a slasher. Treated as like more horror.
Have they ever adapted that into a movie?
Moby Dick? Yeah, there's no way.
There
they haven't.
definitely, there is, but I think it's also like
Why is it not like a classic piece of cinema?
probably
might
because
not
it was
been good.
also it was one of I have a feeling Moby Dick was like one of the ones that like they did a lot of in like the 30s, 40s, 50s.
Real golden age serials.
Yeah, and they were like, "Yep, that's good." And I don't think like we've gotten close.
Imagine a movie where like Michael Myers is running around and you have to shoot like him with like you have to put barrels on him so you can see him.
3 barrels will
Like-
slow him down. No way. I've never seen anyone run with 3 barrels.
Michael
No,
Myers
no,
just
no. They're not barrels. They're helium balloons. So you just see
so
him
he's,
like,
like,
a
floating.
foot off the ground, going like
3 helium balloons.
You're just stabbing in the air.
I honestly
Where
find
did he
him
go? And you slowly pan up, and he's just floating away with a doo 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 with the Halloween theme playing.
I like the idea of the barrels though because like imagine the scene like the scene where he's chasing Jamie Lee Curtis through the house, but all of a sudden you just hear boom, 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 like,
like-
up the stairs.
Yeah, he's going up the stairs.
But back to like the whole like Moby Dick thing. It's like we've done it. Like there's definitely movies that are like kind of like it. I mean, Ron Howard did one.
It'd be really
Um,
interesting to see a whale as like the role of
Oh,
the scary animal.
there's a horror
movie.
movie called Orca. I just know that.
Yeah, there's a lot of movies that Jaws inspired, and a lot of them are very low budget and terrible.
Yeah, Trevor.
Sharknado.
I will.
Claws. There's a movie called Claws about a bear. There's a Orca, like you said.
Yeah, Trevor. I will personally buy this if you will watch it and do a mini review on it.
What Orca?
Orca the killer whale.
That's a notoriously bad movie. I'm pretty sure. Now, a
Sleep-
killer whale is pretty scary though, because think
It's
about
got
that.
killer
They're
in
a
its
lot
name, man.
smarter. They're a lot smarter than sharks, and also they're bigger and
Literally,
Probably
there's a.
take
Can easily
5
eat you.
barrels to take
I'm
that
looking
thing
up
down.
Orca, and there's
Take
a
like 10.
screenshot that it looks exactly like Jaws. So, but
a lot of those movies use footage from Jaws because they're so low budget, and they're made in like Italy and other places.
so
in Europe.
copyright and everything wouldn't go through. Yeah,
Spaghetti Seafarer.
I mean, it was the Orca the killer whale was a Dino De Laurentiis film, and he's like notorious for all the low
Yeah.
budget like.
Spaghetti westerns.
Yeah, or not spaghetti westerns, but he's a low budget horror kind of thing. I think he also did Dune. I want to say
The other
Lynch,
dude?
the Lynch Dune.
I just watched the newer Dune, like last night, literally.
It rules so hard.
It's awesome.
We're just
we can't get too sidetracked.
yeah,
though.
yeah. We're on. But
Back to Jaws. Horror
Yeah.
movie? I'm going to call it
Yes.
a proto-horror movie. Proto-horror, proto-slasher.
Yeah.
It leans on the side of more thriller, but there's definitely horror in it.
oh yeah, definitely.
Jaws has a certain air of tension in the whole thing, which is great.
Mhm.
Half of it's the score.
The score is
Yeah.
amazing.
Honestly, like,
Spielberg has
should we
said,
go into John Williams right now? I think.
Yeah, Spielberg has said multiple times that this movie would have failed without the score. And that's 100%
Yeah,
true.
it really is. Like, I mean, that opening scene. Like, literally, the opening
Mhm.
scene is not even them on the beach. It is the score going through the water. It's like,
Yep.
it's so good, and that also adds to the whole. This has been said plenty of times and research. So I'm just spewing fucking what they've said, but like that music adds to that see or don't see kind of aspect to the killer quote unquote shark.
Yep.
So yeah, no, this score is this the best John Williams score? Because like
I mean, Star Wars. Come on, man.
Oh.
Star Wars is better.
But like Star Wars, it doesn't. Because I look at something like I love the Indiana Jones soundtrack.
Yeah.
I love that theme. I personally think it adds to the movie, but this
I don't
adds
think I don't know if it's the best. I think it's the most important score John Williams has done.
okay. Like, well, What else has he done?
in terms of how much it adds to the movie, because I say like this is a little like Jurassic Park is like a tier below of like how much it adds to the movie and like just sheer raw emotion. But I think Jaws might be like the most influential in how the movie is consumed to that it has the most oomph to it. It impacts the movie going audience the most.
And that's why I was like wondering is like would this be his best
I don't know,
score?
Star Wars
because
fucking
like
slaps, dude.
yeah, but Star Wars it's like it's just the crawl theme. Like
Mm,
everyone knows
let's not
everyone
discount
the
it.
trench run.
Hello.
Okay, fair.
The Battle of Hoth. The music really shines in that moment.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna sit in my Indiana Jones corner and say that that's his best, but no,
I wouldn't.
totally.
I wouldn't try to say any of them are any more important than like all of his work is.
Oh yeah, no, he is.
integral to our. Let's be honest, our childhood.
It's integral to probably
like-
people growing up in
Lego
the
Indiana
'70s.
Jones,
Yeah,
baby.
like
I mean,
just I mean, I watched like Jaws, Star Wars, Indiana, like all as a kid.
yeah.
Yep.
So
Is this like? Where would you put this in? Like, you have to show your kids it.
it's
Like, you know, of
If
course
you
we're
care
all
about
20
film at all,
something. We're
you
all
care-
20 something guys.
I'm not the film
but-
major here, but I'd say it's a Jaws is integral viewing. For
Integral
anyone
viewing.
who
It's such
cares
a
about
it's
movies.
such a piece of film history
Yeah.
in that like you can trace a lot of I mean everything from like probably like 78 on 75 on it's like the summer blockbuster. This is
Oh, yeah.
the summer blockbuster.
Do you think Star Wars has to thank Jaws because
Nah, but
Jaws
they're
like
completely different.
well
genres.
no what I'm saying is
I
like for the
think
summer
George Lucas
blockbuster
has to thank Spielberg.
yeah that like honestly that man I wouldn't be surprised if like you went over to Spielberg's house George Lucas is like fucking
I mean
like
vice versa. Raiders is basically
Yeah.
all of just George Lucas weird thing and Spielberg's like, all right, Jesus Christ, all right, let's see if we can do this. Oh wait, it worked. All right, cool.
yeah well
That's how those two rolled.
Imagine
they
Jaws
really
came
do
out
just
in,
kinda
like
like, yeah.
March.
I mean,
like
Lucas
January or
famously
something.
dislikes directing. He much likes
Yeah.
being a editor and producer.
yeah well he also is like notorious for not great direction because he is like one that goes just do it a little bit faster this time just do it a
He's
little
a
bit
very
slower
quiet,
yeah.
reserved man.
Yeah, it's like it's poetry. It rhymes.
So, why you gotta trash George Lucas?
I'm
We're
not
trashing
trashing.
him. He's probably one of the best producers of the modern era.
Without him, I think modern movies would
He
not
revolutionized special effects.
exist. Yeah, I mean,
I want
if
to see a George
anything-
Lucas horror film. Did he do any?
The prequel series. Oh,
They're scary
T-
bad.
I mean,
no, I like them.
THX. I don't know if it would. THX probably falls in like
That's like a weird thriller.
thriller kind of
It's-
thing,
It's
but
scary
like
because you don't
yeah.
know what's going on. It's like I don't like this.
yeah, like that'd probably be like very horror adjacent kind of thing. But,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's. But like speaking of Spielberg and all that, it's crazy that this is only his third movie.
Take
Like-
big swings early.
So, I put on here. I just wanted to talk
You
about
did
his
Drifter? No. What was
Hmm?
the first one you did?
Duel.
Duel.
Duel. Well,
Great. I love Duel.
Duel is kind of horror-ish. He did say that he was like he
What
was
did you call
making
it?
a I know I
Horror-
caught
you
it
called it
horror-ish.
You said horror-ish.
Horror-ish.
Horror adjacent. Just say horror
Yeah, that
adjacent.
that fucking car is a whore.
Yeah,
Fucking
okay.
Steve McQueen.
Taking the gas from every other car
Ooh,
around.
a Duel and Cars crossover movie.
Wow.
Like that would or I would say maybe that's like horror adjacent then. But it's
Mhm.
more of a thriller. But anyways, Duel was a TV movie. So
Oh wow. Jeez.
yeah, so Duel is kind of like it's up there, but for theatrical, technically it's his third movie, but theatrical it's his second movie, and then right after the Sugarland Express, which it's a good like drama. Honestly,
Never heard of it.
it's not bad. It's got Goldie Hawn in it, and she plays like she plays a wife of a prisoner, and they escape prison to try to get their son back. And it's kind of
Huh.
like there's a movie that's like
Shawshank.
not Shawshank. There's like a movie where like a bad guy is being rooted for in like
Joker.
Dark Knight.
No, we're not doing
Oh.
Dark Knight, Trevor. But basically like her and her husband become like almost like celebrities.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Are you talking about Cape Fear?
No.
I don't know what you're talking
I'm
about.
trying to remember.
I don't know.
There's bound to be like a thing, but yeah, no, she like
Silence
tries,
of the Lambs.
That's
just
too
naming
late.
No.
movies.
But yeah,
random
no,
movies.
she drives cross country to get her kid back with her prisoner
Thelma
husband.
and Louise.
No, stop saying random movie titles.
The Simpsons episode Marge and Louise.
What's
You
the Simpsons
lost me,
Jaws
is what I'm
episode?
saying.
I don't know.
I okay. Anyways, I'll get off of that. But
Yeah, we need to
Sugar-
get back talking about Jaws.
yeah, Sugarland Express is his first theatrical, and then he does Jaws. It's like
Was Sugarland Express Universal?
yes,
Okay, that explains.
yeah.
Some
and
people
then,
have the gift. Some people don't.
I know it's crazy. And then he follows it up with Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which
That movie.
That one
is
could have been
weird.
scarier.
that movie is so good though.
It's a weird movie. This is
Yeah.
Spielberg's weird era.
I don't want to say no, but
He got weird.
he was a new director, so like he probably
He was part of that.
the new wave,
the new wave
Yeah.
from that one college in L.A.
UCLA.
Yeah, go
I don't-
Trojans.
No, that's the Bruins. UCLA.
Jesus Christ.
You don't know they joined.
USC.
They joined the Big Ten now.
USC joined the Big Ten.
Yep.
Too much college football talk. We've
That's
not
stupid.
talked about Jaws at all.
We have. what are you talking about? We have, but no, I was just gonna say it's like this like his whole career is insane because
It's
like
very wild.
it, and then he kind of has the flop of 1941, which
Is a comedy.
it's a comedy, but it's like it's fine. It's
a parody.
It's a fine movie. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it's definitely like one of his
That's
weakest.
the thing he did before Raiders, and he
Yeah,
was building
and then he just-
sandcastles with George Lucas in Hawaii.
Yep. It just then he goes on a
As you
streak.
do.
Raiders, E.T.
That's genuinely what they did. It's like, and he was like, "Oh, Steven, I've got an idea. What if we you ever see this these old serial westerns? Yeah, I'd like to remake it."
And Steven Spielberg was like, "Yep, let's do it."
I mean, that's
Spielberg needs to dip his toes back.
That's
in
all
horror,
George
that's all
Lucas
I'm
really
saying.
does.
Yeah.
He just remakes stuff for his childhood, and he does it well.
It's like
It-
poetry. It rhymes.
It does rhyme.
But-
History doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. Do you know who said that?
Someone.
No.
Hitler.
No. God, who wrote Tom Sawyer?
Oh God.
Mark Twain?
Mark
Yeah,
Twain.
Mark Twain said that.
Damn.
Sun Tzu said that.
But so yeah, no. It's
How does
it's-
Jaws affect Mark Twain's legacy?
That is like the most left field question ever.
How does Jaws?
a meme
affect,
template.
How
I
does
thought,
Jaws
you know.
affect the legacy of the fisherman?
Which fisherman?
The Ernest Hemingway book about that dude.
Oh,
who
the
fights the
old man
spearfish.
in the fish.
Yeah.
Or the old man in the sea. Sorry.
Wasn't he going with the sailfish in that one?
No, he
no,
fights
it's a swordfish.
He fights a swordfish.
A sailfish is a swordfish, pretty
Oh.
much.
Well,
They're not.
I
Called
know
the
it as
same thing.
swordfish. So
They're like synonyms.
I read that. Actually, I read that book over quarantine, and it's really good. It's a short book, but it's really good. So.
Yeah.
But anyways, kind of to wrap up before we head to break and
Had
to
to
the
break. How long
Yeah.
have we been going?
we've been going for about 32 minutes now.
Barely talked about the movie. We barely talked about anything.
Yeah,
about
we
the
have.
movie.
We've talked about the movie, but anyways,
talked about
The-
Spielberg and.
I mean,
things
the
around
plot
movie.
is
we can.
there's
we'll get,
shark bad. We're
gonna get into
shark.
the plot. We'll get
Dead
into
shark.
the plot when we get to the awards.
Yeah,
when
I
we
just
do
told
best
I
scene.
just said the whole plot.
Okay. But I always love doing awards talk. So let me pull up this God, I can't find it. Where is it? Give me a second.
Here's a question:
anyways,
what horror elements from Jaws have you seen in other movies?
The slasher POV, the amount of
Yeah,
body horror.
the
body
shark
horror.
POV underwater is something that has definitely been. I mean, like, I'm sure there's at some point in the Halloween series where you see Michael Myers' point of view.
The very slow
Oh, very
tension.
much,
Like
yeah.
I'm thinking about the scene of where Quinn is on the deck of the Okra, and he's got the fish biting, and he's just everyone else is talking. Brody's doing the knot, Hooper's doing cards, and that's a later scene.
Okay, I found it.
Can I finish? God.
Sorry, I just wanted to let you know.
And
Yeah,
the
but-
shark comes up above the water.
No, not that. It's the one where he's got the fishing rod and he slowly hooks himself in. You see him put the harness on. He clicks one harness in. He clicks the other harness in, and Brody's like, "Hey, I got it!" And then the reel immediately goes.
Yeah, you know what that reminds me of? The veteran guy is like preparing. That reminds me of the scene with the raptor in Jurassic Park.
It's very much that
Yeah,
of
that
someone
kind of thing.
experienced is in their zone while someone else does something else.
That can be something that's really scary that I would like to see in other scary films. Is like someone who knows what's going on and like
Just
they-
silently
oh
prepare.
shit
Like,
they're
they're aware.
They're like, oh man, we got this guy because he's an expert and he looks scared. You know, like that
Yeah.
type of thing. I'd like to see that more.
I think it would benefit at least a decent amount of horror movies, honestly.
I mean, this movie's just really well made.
yeah.
It's very strange for me to think about him like knocking out of the park with a horror thriller. And does he return to horror thriller?
He
a bunch of
should.
times?
I'm
Yeah.
clamoring for it.
He like we said, he kind of implies some stuff. Like he does some horror-ish, horror adjacent.
Temple of Doom.
Yeah. It's like it's very horror adjacent, but he never really does a quote horror movie.
The closest we get to is Back to Jurassic Park. With that thriller tension building element.
There was definitely some opportunity. I'm thinking of Close Encounters of the Third Kind when like clearly aliens have landed and then like
Yeah, but those
but
aliens
you,
are
you
nice.
don't you don't see them yet. You don't know their intentions.
Yeah, that's also up there with.
And there's like the
suspense
orange
building.
light or whatever.
Well, I think the
There's
closest. Actually,
part.
you know what? The closest we've gotten to is War of the Worlds.
Oh, you know what?
But
War of
like,
the
I
Worlds.
wouldn't
God,
consider that
scared me
horror.
as a kid.
I wouldn't consider that horror though. It's
You
more.
wouldn't consider
more
that
action.
horror?
It's more action sci-fi.
They made it too much into an action.
Yeah.
It
He
should have
really
been more
does
of
do
just
a
pure
hard
horror,
pivot.
horror movie.
Because we talked about this with Jerry Maguire about like how Tom Cruise makes a hard pivot into
Yeah.
action movies out of this.
He has to be like an action hero. Who
Where
saves the
do
day.
you think Spielberg's pivot into more action-oriented films? And you can argue that Private Ryan's got a ton of action in it.
Yeah. Well, looking at the list though, it's like he never really like pivots anywhere. I think he like like even 1941. That's still action.
It's an action comedy
It's
parody.
yeah. I mean, Close Encounters is sci-fi, but it has like some
I'd
sort
say Fear of the Unknown.
This movie's got a little
Yeah.
bit of action into
Yeah.
it, but this movie's a very slow burn.
I would disagree on that. I think
Yeah,
this,
true.
I
I
think
was
this,
thinking that it was a slow burn in my mind, but then I rewatched it and I was
Close Encounters is.
I think I was interrupted twice watching this movie because I had to go do something, like just for a quick second. And when I clicked the time to see where I paused it at, I was like, "Holy shit! I'm an hour in. It literally feels like I've been watching
Yeah.
this for about 20 minutes."
But
But
this
So-
movie feels like a very distinct two parts. Because for me, when I always remember, it's
oh yeah,
maybe even three parts. There's the beginning. Quinn is introduced, and they get on the boat. That feels like the three hard Act 1, Act 2, Act 3.
I would say the Act 1 is still figuring out what it is, and then finding investigation. Finds out it's a shark, and I think the end of Act 1 is when they capture the tiger shark.
Yeah, that also works.
And then
I feel
there's
like that's
Act 2.
2.
No, that's the start. That's like the bridge section.
Yeah.
Act 1 to
So-
Act 2 is them capturing the tiger shark.
Act 3 starts the second they get on Quinn's boat, though.
Yes. Act 3 is definitely just the entire boat sequence.
I think that's the best part of the whole movie. With
The
them on the
boat?
boat, because you get
yeah.
you get really good interpersonal stuff. Like this movie's really touching at points.
Oh, it very much is. And I think that's also why I think it is so well made, because it's a horror, but it's like you don't see Saw X being like
No, you don't go to Saw X
yeah.
for the personal stuff. You go there for the
yeah,
kills.
and I mean you don't go to a lot of horror movies for the personal stuff. Where this is like it works.
A big strength of the movie is you care about Chief Brody.
Mm-hmm.
You
and
care about all the characters.
Oh yeah,
honestly.
but Brody is our main protagonist.
Well, yeah.
He goes from having a bit of a fear of the water to conquering his fear.
He does,
and then
yeah,
blowing
yeah.
up the shark in the end. So that's quite the arc.
Yeah.
And that's a fear arc, you know.
dipping into the fact corner, like this movie was supposed to have a lot more Moby Dick vibes to it, especially during the ending. But you can still, a lot of it got cut, but you can still feel it, especially in the mid part where the shark attacks his kid and it's become his almost personal.
It's a
obsession.
personal vendetta. Then.
Yeah, it is. Like he gets so. He's the one to kill the shark. The shark comes after him. It's ruining his town. It's affecting him personally.
Yeah.
When he's going through all the books, like he's like becomes a little bit obsessed with sharks. It almost turns into an obsession. But
that kind of part of the movie reminds me of a lot of other stuff. Like
I'm making a parallel to like how it was supposed to be Moby Dick.
This is really stupid, but I'm making this connection right now. The whole like researching sharks thing kind of reminds me of Twilight when she's like like looking
you
at
just
stuff
outed
about,
yourself that you watched Twilight, bud.
I have seen the movie. So she does a bunch of research about vampires when she's like reading articles and stuff.
Trevor, I love you, but yes, that was the stupidest thing you've ever said on this podcast.
I'm just saying, like the whole like researching the thing.
Yeah.
He's looking at books.
Well, I mean, they
and
do
stuff.
that all the time in other movies.
I know,
I
but
mean,
Raiders of the Lost
you see
Ark.
that a lot in like crime drama, like investigate, like crime investigation.
But it becomes a little bit of his personal obsession.
Yeah,
and I thought that part was good. The stuff between him and his son and his wife, I thought was all really good.
Oh yeah, I have one of the scenes that I'm gonna bring up. It's not really like I don't want to put it as best scene, but I have it in honorable mention.
Is it when his mom goes, "Oh, he's dead"? No, he's just in shock.
No, it's him. It's him and his kid after dinner, and like he puts
the faces.
He puts the fingers together.
That
and
was
the kid.
I think that was ad-libbed.
Was it?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure like
I trust you because you're the person that's doing the fat corner this week. But
I'm pretty sure one of the Jaws sequels tries to like copy that, and it just doesn't work at all.
I don't want to talk about the Jaws sequels. I think.
Well, if we talk about Jaws 2,
we shouldn't.
We never should.
It retains Brody and it has Michael Caine in it.
Michael Caine's in the
that's
fourth
Jaws
one.
4.
Jesus.
Yeah, Michael Caine has also come out to say that was just a paycheck.
Yes.
Like
as it should be.
Yeah.
Get paid, King.
But going quickly back to before I go to the like whole.
I
awards,
have a thing I want to say.
Yeah, before we take the break.
Or before we get to the awards that this actually was nominated for in 1975. But
actual awards.
I do have a thought.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, what?
Do you want me to do it now?
Yeah, go on ahead.
So
think, Trevor. Think.
Well, talking about like Jaws is a horror film. This movie has two very iconic jump scares.
Yes. It has
two very iconic ones that I'm thinking of in particular.
Yes.
The first one when he's underwater and he moves like the plank of wood, and then the guy's head pops out. That one got me the first time I watched this movie.
Yep, scared the shit out of me.
Very, very classic one. And then the other one is when he's chumming the water,
Oh,
and then the shark is
stern
like,
ahead.
The most iconic.
Yeah, stern ahead. Why don't
I'm
you come
right
down
here.
stern ahead and chum a load of this shit?
Yeah.
Whoosh. And then you get that score coming in.
His reaction is so awesome. He just like stands up, sir. He's like,
That's me when I see like
Uh-oh.
any. That's when
I see a nasty spider or something.
that's when I see like any
Jordan.
creature. I'm like, oh shit. Okay, well I'm gonna go this way. And,
God, you can just tell this movie was just so 70s. Everyone's smoking. The mayor's even smoking in a hospital. I thought about it. It's like, the 70s.
Well, then there's
Smoke where you want.
Well, like then there's Richard Dreyfuss's character that's like, don't like that smoke, or don't like that it's cigarette. But quickly to go to where I think Spielberg kind of had a turn. Honestly, I don't think he's had a turn until he didn't have a turn until 2011. Because he goes, so before that, he kind of dabbles in it with like Munich in 05.
Mm-hmm.
But he's mainly doing like action movies.
Yeah.
And then, but even like Munich's an action movie. And the reason why I say it, like he dabbles in it is because he has a weird dramatic turn where he's like, I'm just going to fucking make like Oscar bait drama movies here for like 3 years because
When?
2011. 2011, he starts it off with War Horse. Then in
That's the World War I movie, right?
Yeah, it's the one about the horse.
It's about the war horse.
It's not a bad movie. Like it really isn't. Then there's 2012's Lincoln, 2015's Bridge of Spies.
Yep. That
there's-
felt like that just felt like a wet fart of a movie.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Even though
I've never seen it, but like, man, I've
Tom
never
Hanks, Steven Spielberg. It feels like Oscar time money.
it also
They
sucks
felt-
that I
they
don't
didn't
like
quite-
it that much.
reach their potential, is what you're saying on that one?
I gotta
Yeah.
rewatch this movie. I gave it a 7. I think it's a good one, but in like the catalog of Spielberg, it's not like one of the top.
It's above average because it's
bu-
Spielberg.
Yeah, but also it's written by Joel and Ethan Coen.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's like, what the hell? This movie should be amazing, and it's like kind of just good.
That's not what I think about when I think of a Coen Brothers
Yeah.
movie.
But then he has like this turn with BFG, but like even
That was
then
a
it's like
bomb, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
but
Hey,
like
that
even
was
then
a
it's
Roald
more of
Dahl
a,
story, remember?
yeah.
It is. I read the book.
Whoa.
But like even then it's more of a drama than it is like that, and then he does the post, and I think that's where you kind of end it with from 2011 to 2017. He kind of is just like in this weird drama.
Go back to horror, Spielberg.
Yeah, go back to horror after you made The Fablemans. That
Yeah,
way-
he did the movie he always wanted to do. Now is when he
Well, now-
coasts and make low budget horror
Hold on.
films.
Well, now he's making his next one up. It is
Evil Dead Rise 2.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be the
Did
most
you guys
insane.
see Evil
thing.
Dead Rise?
I did
No.
not. No.
Ooh, I got to get you on the Raimi
Well,
horror kick.
I saw part of it and I was like, man, that's a lot of blood.
I
Yeah.
have not seen it, but
There's
I
like an
might watch
excessive
it.
amount. It's like that's
It's
just
Raimi.
gross.
There's a scene in Evil Dead 2 where the whole walls start vomiting blood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't. That doesn't. That's just like gross. That's not even
Evil
scary.
Dead 2 is great. The famous scene where Ash cuts off his arm because it's infected by deadite, whatever. He puts it under a can, under a bucket, and he puts a book on top of it to hold it, and the book is a farewell to arms.
Jesus
Hmm.
Christ, that's that's such Raimi though.
It's so funny.
That's
but
dumb.
It's
Spielberg's
great.
next thing is
It's a joke I would make. That's not.
It's so
That's not
subtle.
The next movie that Spielberg's doing is Bullet, based
The
on
Bullet remake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
With,
okay. That sounds
Brett-
amazing.
Is that an action film?
Yes.
That's the original Steve McQueen movie.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He's doing a original movie based on the character with Bradley Cooper as Bullet.
That's gonna rule.
So,
That can't be
It's
bad.
never
Yeah.
too late to go back to horror, Spielberg.
but anyways,
The horror of the automation.
You know that
industry-
movie.
automation
You know that
industry.
movie that's about the killer tire. What if Spielberg made that?
Rubber.
Think about that. Just think about that for a second. That would have been great.
I'm thinking about it. I'm picking up my
I think
drink,
big time directors should make low budget horror.
and I'm not
films.
thinking about it.
Fun.
Anymore. I'm not thinking about it anymore.
That's what I think. So
Sam Raimi does it.
I wouldn't call
So,
it that big time,
quick-
to be honest.
so Oscars this
Compared to
year.
like Spielberg,
on.
come on.
Yeah.
Hold on, Oscars.
Oh, yeah,
this
we
year.
got to do the Oscars.
How many nominations do you think Jaws got?
5.
10.
It got 4.
Best special effects, best editing, best director.
So the
Best
thing,
shark in
the
film.
thing is that they did not have
They had
best
special effects, right?
special
Yeah.
effects yet.
Earthquake didn't come out.
It's the first
Damn.
one.
It was nominated.
Can you
for,
check if Earthquake won special effects? Because in the Empire Dreams documentary, they talk about Earthquake, and that's the only reason I know it.
Earthquake special effects Oscar? It might have got.
I want to know what the first jump scare in film was.
The train.
The train.
Yeah, you
Is
know
it like
that-
a 20 silent film?
No, it's
The
that.
train?
It's. I'm pretty sure it's Hollywood mythology, but the scene that they talk about, the first movie ever, was like a train coming towards people, and people bolted out of the theater.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the Lumiere brothers. They did that, and
Oh,
that's-
it's so weird. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Just the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, the cask of Dr.
Oh my
Caligari
gosh, it's
have
a
any-
moving picture. Ah.
Sean, you're a film
Yeah.
nerd. The German cask of Dr. Caligari.
Caligari.
Caligari. Does it have any jump scares in it? I've seen it. I don't think it does.
Don't think it does.
Unless you consider German text jump scare.
Ah!
Ah, German. Oh God. Ach, Scheiße.
But to answer your question, Earthquake won a Special Achievement Academy Award for visual effects.
Okay.
So it wasn't a full thing yet, but Jaws was
Because I
nominated.
know Star Wars won.
Yes, I think Star Wars is the one that like brought it to the forefront. But
I mean, they invented so much. They
did, but
invented
we can
modern
talk
special
about that
effects.
on the Star Wars pod.
yeah.
You said we weren't doing one anytime soon.
Yeah, hopefully
You
not
gotta-
anytime
I
soon.
mean, we'll do
but
original
we'll
Star
do
Wars.
it sometime.
have a
But
whole thesis.
Jaws was nominated
Secret
for
War
nominated for best film editing,
movie. Okay.
best sound,
So good.
best original score, and best picture.
Didn't get best director.
It didn't. This is the nominees for Best Director that year.
75.
75. Robert Altman for Nashville. Sidney Lumet for Dog Day Afternoon. Stanley Kubrick for Barry Lyndon. Milos Forman won for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And the person that took Spielberg's spot, and the reason why I say that is because Nashville, Dog Day Afternoon, Barry Lyndon, and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest
Are all good.
all nominated for Best Picture that year as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, all right.
Federico Fellini for Amarcord.
I know most of those except that last one.
Fellini is like a big French director.
Sounds like stiff competition. that
Who
year,
did
honestly.
Breathless?
Godard.
Okay.
Godard. No, this is like 95 or not 75, sorry. Is like a big year for movies. It's considered like one of the best years for movies.
We talked about 73
So-
in our Exorcist video, and we're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really in like
interesting.
the
But, like-
golden era of Hollywood. We got to do Aliens just so we can continue this prime era of
Oh, yeah.
Hollywood.
So
Alien, my bad.
it
Alien
won,
is a true horror film,
Sci-fi
Alien
despite,
is-
slasher.
despite being a sci-fi.
so Jaws won 3 awards. It won
Um,
everything but Best Picture.
what won Best Picture?
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Fair enough for the
So,
time.
but like the damn shame is that Robert Shaw was not nominated for Best Supporting Actor, nor was Rob Schneider nominated for Best Actor. I like those, but even then, it's like Jack Nicholson won Best Actor that year for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest,
Yeah.
and like, but like, even if Robert Shaw would have been nominated, I feel like he would have won over George Burns in The Sunshine Boys. like, I mean,
This feels a little bit like 97 with Jerry Maguire and how we were because Trevor, I know you didn't listen to that. 'cause
I
you're
gotta get it.
You're
I-
a sham of a
I will.
host.
I will.
But we talked a lot about how 97 wasn't like how big of a cultural impact it was for years because we have that. We got Maguire, we've got Fargo,
Yep.
and that's like the lasting cultural impact one. And you can, Jerry Maguire scrapes by with "Show Me the Money" and "You Had Me at Hello." Fargo is a cult hit because it's Coen Brothers, but this is a
this
certified classic.
it is a certified classic here. You got One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Barry Lyndon, Dog Day Afternoon, Nashville.
A certified classic for white boys. I should say that.
Yeah. Jaws, Shampoo.
A modifier
Which,
on your statement. Interesting.
Shout
Well,
out to
I
all my
mean-
Hal Ashby fans out there. Love
It's
them.
the 70s. It's the 70s Hollywood.
Yeah. So, anyways, this is like they won. Jaws won 3. It won for best film editing, best sound, and John Williams came out on top and won best.
It took almost
Original score.
100 years for Jordan Peele to win or be nominated.
Jordan Peele.
No. Yeah, because he was like the first black director to win an Oscar, right?
I don't think
I don't know
that's
about- I don't know.
screenwriting maybe.
I thought Get Out won Best Picture. He won Best Director.
Get Out didn't win best picture, but
I don't.
Did he win Best Director?
he did not. I don't think he was.
Judas.
He was nominated. That was also the Shape of Water year, so Del
Oh,
Toro
yeah.
won.
Speaking of fish,
That could have been a horror film.
I mean, it is.
Who wants
yeah.
to see
Who
that?
wants to see a woman fuck a fish?
Yeah.
No shame if that's your personal kink.
Yeah, just
Full
no.
shame.
Jordan Peele won for best original screenplay.
Yeah.
So-
I probably might.
A Jordan Peele movie would have been a good pick for spooky season. Out of
I
his
didn't want to
three.
get that spooky
Yeah.
because my immediate thought was it, but it gave me too many nightmares as a kid. But I watched it when I was
It would have been a really
16.
good choice.
Yeah, but
It part one.
Anyways,
We settled on Jaws.
we settled on Jaws.
It's a horror movie.
It's horror. We've come to the conclusion that it's a horror movie.
It's a horror movie.
Um,
It's probably got some of the best casting in Hollywood.
It
Yes.
We'll get to that
honestly, it
later
lays the
on.
basis for a lot of horror films of the future.
Yeah.
After that,
So I
after that
think-
date.
It's
I
the
think-
first Hollywood movie shot on water, and that almost fucking killed Spielberg. That almost killed him mentally.
It
Um,
personally inspired Waterworld. No, it didn't.
If that inspired Waterworld, I would fucking eat my shoes.
Inspired Mad Max because it's like water but reverse.
Oh,
Oh,
Waterworld inspired Mad Max.
yeah.
Mad Max came out in 70. Waterworld came out in the 90s, but
Mad Max came out in when?
Mad Max came out in like 79.
Oh, that feels right. Because I said
Yeah.
71. I was like, no.
Well, as far as creature features go, Jaws is also probably the best creature feature. with like an animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the best? Is this the best monster movie?
Absolute.
It's gotta be because
You have there's Frankenstein.
I don't know
Well,
about monster movie.
I'm thinking like
it's the best
animal
animal.
feature,
Like it's
like
the best
animal.
animals. The horror. element, 'cause
Okay.
It caused the international or national panic of people being fuck
That's fair.
sharks, scary. Step.
The Edge is pretty good. That's a bear in that movie.
I'm more of a fan of
but,
Bono.
it's not quite Jaws level.
Shut the fuck up.
Good joke.
Thank you.
Um,
I'm here all week.
Feels like there should be at least one good movie about like a man-eating tiger, and there isn't. which is
Anaconda, but
a
it's a
shame.
tiger.
Well,
yeah.
Anaconda is terrible.
Yeah,
let's
it's a
be
B
honest.
movie.
but
They
Yeah.
always fall into that category of being B movies, but like
you need someone
we
with
need
a
like
smart.
a Spielberg to do one because they'll make it good.
And you also need the writer
That's
of the
really good.
book.
That's
When
true.
it's based on a book, that makes it easier. But
The author of the book also wrote the screenplay.
there's a really good story, a real life incident with a Bengal tiger that ate like 200 people. They should make a movie about that. I don't know why.
I think they
haven't.
they did the one about the lion in Africa that ate a bunch of people.
Is it good?
I don't know.
I need
cannot
some
remember
creature
the name.
feature because what's scarier than a real life thing that you could encounter, right?
I think, or here's my one thing that I'm like, because I immediately thought of it
Junji Ito is pretty
with
scary.
with the creature feature
like
based
Placid.
like-
Giant crocodile.
I mean, yeah, but like the immediate
Anaconda.
reaction to that though
Barracuda.
was like, people I think now would be like, why the
So
fuck
what?
would you make this movie?
now
People actually died. That kind of thing. I think
Oh,
that's what would
nah,
happen.
okay,
nah,
hang on.
too far in the
hang
past.
on.
Too far in the past.
Hang on. They've made movies about tragedies like a
Well-
couple years after they happen, and
Yeah.
those are like
Yeah.
human caused events. There's plenty of movies about like
They had that one
the
where
war in
it's
Afghanistan. for
Mark
example.
Wahlberg, but he's on the BP oil rig. That
Oh yeah,
exploded.
Deepwater Horizon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did
That
a
sounds
movie
like a
about that. People
did-
died.
They
Sure.
did the fucking movie with Mark Wahlberg or his brother about the Boston bombing.
Yeah, they did that already.
Okay. Okay. I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
Checkmate,
There is
I think.
no
Sean.
shame in these folks.
Yeah. I don't know. Plus, also, well,
Hey,
my thing
but,
is that those didn't come
writers
out.
got their agreement.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
We
just need the
discussed
actors, the animators, the visual effects, the voice actors for video games.
that. Yeah, they're all unionizing
man, it's
now.
it's such a shame that the Animals Actor Guild of America is still on strike. No more animals in films, guys.
Speaking of animals on film, we gotta do this and we gotta go to the break because this has been
Yeah.
about an hour. Much like The Thing, a dog does die, sadly.
Hey, I have actually something
Hey,
about that.
hey, if you watch the credits, you know that no dogs were harmed in the
A
filming.
dog in the movie, in the world of Jaws, dies.
Okay. Well,
I don't
we'll-
remember a
hold
dog
on.
in the movie.
Hold on. I'm
It
gonna.
eats a dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When? I don't remember.
I
Yeah.
have something though. I have something. I don't know if you have it in the fact corner, but I'll bring it up when we get to the fact the
Alright.
fact corner. But yeah, we'll take a quick break here, and we'll be right back with the fact corner and the awards.
Don't touch that dial.
That's my line. Welcome on back. So I hope you guys are ready to crack into an ice cold can of facts. Bow, 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 bow. Welcome to Jaws. Facts Rising.
Ooh. Facts, right?
Not even making it a part of the title. Damn.
You say that, but some alternate names for the movies
Facts.
were The Stillness of Water, Jaws the Death, The Silence of the Deep, and Leviathan Rising.
That is not true. No,
that is
fucking
absolutely
way.
true.
Leviathan Rising.
Leviathan. Is
And
that
you
one
guys-
of your facts?
Yep, that's the alternate. That's some of the alternate names. And you
Whoa,
guys say,
he opened it with a fact?
What the hell?
You can't do that.
"Welcome to Secret Inception."
Whoa.
I'm being completely honest.
My
it-
mind is blown away.
I mean, that's a lot more. We talked about is this a horror? If you give that the name of that, it's definitely horror-esque.
Oh yeah.
I think
But,
Jaws was a much better title.
Oh, Jaws
yeah,
is
out of
Jaws.
those-
It's the name of the book, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so.
Why would they not just name it after the book?
They almost called it. Jaws of Death is like Bill movie. Stillness of Water is like not at all. That feels like
That's the opposite of a shark attack.
that feels like an alternate name for The Shape of Water.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like the water
Stillness-
is not going to be still. If there's a
Stillness
shark
of
in it.
Water feels like a very contemplative, moody, interpersonal drama about a fisherman.
That just made me think of a Christopher Nolan movie. The
Time traveling backwards fish.
no, it was like it was after Memento. Never mind. Doesn't matter.
Oh,
the one you told me to watch, I think.
what the fuck is it? It's not Inception.
Insomnia.
Insomnia. That's what it was. Yes.
Yeah.
With Robin Williams and Al Pacino.
Anyway, that's
Such a
good
weird
movie.
cast.
I
But
wanna watch
anyways,
that.
Big fan of the eyes.
But anyways, so that was your first fact?
Yep,
All
that's
right.
why it's called fact writing. Benchley, the author of the book and the co-writer for the screenplay, makes a cameo. He is the reporter for the Washington
Yes.
Post. The other co-writer, Gobletti, plays Mayor Vaughn's right-hand man.
He had a right hand man.
Oh,
Mhm.
no way. Okay, so
They meet on the boat. Also, side
Yeah.
tangent, Mayor Vaughn, I am so for his suits. That little suit with the anchors on it. So for it.
like he does have some great suits, honestly, in this, which is that's actually really funny because in one of the awards, I have the co-author then as one of the awards.
What
In
state is
acting.
it supposed to be again? Is it like Rhode Island?
It's
Amity
Martha's
Island.
Vineyard.
It is, yeah. It is.
like
he fucking stole it.
Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Is Martha's Vineyard in Massachusetts?
It seems like a Massachusetts.
I think it's near New York,
Yes.
maybe, because they say like back to New York, so they're probably near somewhere in New York. Well, just look at where Martha's
That's
Vineyard
definitely
is.
in Massachusetts.
Yeah, hold on.
Cape Cod, kind of.
In Massachusetts, yeah, mostly shot on location at Martha's Vineyards in Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
So
Beautiful setting for a movie.
That's a great place.
it is a great, yeah.
Reminds me
Also,
of
another thing,
the Straits of Mackinac.
they literally the thing's called
Yeah.
Amity.
Amity Island.
Amity.
The immediately
Amity.
thing is like the Amityville horror is what I thought.
That's a different thing.
It
So,
all comes
but-
back to this being a horror movie.
So, but yeah, going ahead. That's actually I didn't realize that the co-writer was that guy. So,
Both of them
well, I knew the writer of the book was
Mhm.
the
wrote the screenplay. They both wrote
yeah.
the screenplay. I should say that.
yeah, but I knew the author of the book who co-wrote the screenplay
Yeah, he's
was
the
the,
Washington.
was the
news
reporter.
Yep.
But I didn't know that the right-hand man was the other
Mhm.
screenwriter.
The opening shot took 3 days to film. Susan Blackwell, who plays the woman who gets shot, they filmed it by attaching her to the harness, and they had a crew pull her to and from shore. Spielberg did not tell her when they were going to start yanking her back and forth to get a genuine reaction. She was also not an actor. She was a swimsuit model. She modeled swimsuits.
I mean,
Yeah, that's what
honestly,
models do.
There's a conversation, I don't remember who it was from, but Spielberg was talking to probably a producer, and he's like, "Can she act?" And Spielberg says, "I don't know, but look at her." It gave me
that's such like 70s vibes. Like
it reminded me of when they did Raiders, and they
Mhm.
just started dropping snakes on
Yeah.
her on
Spielberg was Spielberg
he's a
is
bit of a dick,
kind of a dick of a director, just being like, yeah, we're gonna
especially
fucking
the
do this
women.
behind the scenes of
Mm,
Temple of Doom.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, that's just because he got out
But-
of a breakup and him and
Yeah.
George Lucas were in super dark places.
Yeah.
Speaking
But
of
anyways.
his relationships, the woman on the Amity Island billboard, that's based off his girlfriend at the time
Oh,
with the shark, the one that's vandalized. That's based
Interesting.
off her.
okay.
All right, some alternative casting. This one's for Brody. Charlton Heston wanted the role, but Spielberg thought he was too big of a name.
Whoa,
Robert
Charlton Heston.
Mm-hmm.
I
Thought
feel
it
like
was
he's
too
a little
big?
too old too. He would have been a little too old at that time, but
How old is Roy
he was
Scheider at the time?
40. He was like in his 40s. When did Charlton? Hold on, let me look up. You
While you
keep,
look that
keep
up.
saying it, but
Robert Duvall and Gene Hackman were also considered, but
I could see Hackman.
yeah,
but-
it'd be interesting. Spielberg was like getting in a frenzy because he had no idea who was gonna act. Roy Scheider got the role because he was eavesdropping at a party, and he overheard Spielberg talking about a scene where the shark jumped up, and so he got and started talking. And Spielberg was saying, "I have no idea who I'm gonna act," and he said, "Well, why not me?" And that's how he got the role.
Look at that
He also improvised the line, "We're gonna need a bigger boat."
Ah,
iconic line.
iconic.
Charlton,
So you're saying eavesdropping is a good way to get job opportunities?
kind
Eavesdrop
of, yeah.
on famous directors and say, "Why not me?"
I'm your guy, pal.
So this would have been filming in 73.
Yep. It took famously.
oh, I know a fun fact.
He would have
about
been
this movie.
50. Charlton Heston would have been 50.
That's too old.
It's like, because when I was doing the Norton Ruffalo Hulk Award on this, I was like, I have to find someone that's like 40 to play Brody, and it's like looking at like actors in their 40, they look like they're still 30 now,
Yeah.
and so like, but even then, it's like Charlton Heston would have been 50. He probably would have not been like super. He looked older, especially in like Soylent Green, which came out 2 years before this. He looks old in that. So
I have like an anti-fun fact about this movie.
oh
You know how there's plenty of shots of like crowds of people walking around? In one of these shots, there's a girl you can see wearing like a bandana, and some people think
Was that the one
it's-
that screams shark in the pond?
no, I don't think so. But it's like a background person just in the
Okay,
background.
yeah, she has a speaking
But
line.
I think some people think it's the last known sighting of a woman who like went missing in real life and is like
whoa.
probably
The Cursed of Jaws.
probably there.
Ooh, Josh got her.
I don't know if that one's true, and I think with that one, it's like it would be impossible to identify who that is just
Yeah.
from the footage. But
That's unsettling.
That is very
fun fact or anti-fun fact.
yeah.
Unsettling fact.
Well, spooky, huh?
Yep.
Spooky season.
Some alternate castings for Hooper: John Voight, Timothy Bottoms, and Jeff Bridges. And
Bottoms might have been too young.
yeah, see,
for
this
me.
is like the cutoff era for me. It's like where people I know acting. It's like this is the era.
Yeah.
It's like you get past 80, and it's like I don't know who these people are anymore. 'Cause you get a
Bottoms
little
is
bit
72 right now.
That's like me, but the cutoff is like 88.
I say Star Wars after that. I like recognize people like Peter Cushing.
yeah, Peter Cushing.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind.
Why didn't I do some of the Hammer movies? Ah, what a fool. I know
Timothy
nothing.
Bottoms is
Hammer.
72?
Yeah, the Hammer horror.
Is
Hammer
that
track.
is that like a
Yeah.
It's horror movies,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like they're
like B
famous.
movie or something?
They're very
Kinda.
they're
I
very
got
famous
really
B
into
movies.
that history because
I've never heard of a movie called Hammer.
So
no, it's
who
a
wait,
company.
was it Jeff Bridges as well?
Jeff Bridges as well for Hooper.
And
John Vaught.
John Voight.
Yeah, John Voight.
Okay.
Quick side tangent about Hammer. I learned about that because the guy who does Angry Video Game Nerd, he's a huge film historian, and he talks a lot about like monster movies and early horror.
Yeah.
So that's how I learned a lot about like the early
I watched
Universal horror
I watched a
movies.
very long video essay about movies that were trying to copy Jaws, basically.
Mhm.
Hence how I know about that Orca movie.
Free Willy.
No, not Free Willy. The movie called Orca.
Didn't the director of Free Willy do like another super like weird, like completely out of left field movie?
Let me check.
Pull that up, Sean.
Yep.
All right.
Free Willy was directed by Simon Windsor.
Mhm.
Simon Windsor directed Quigley Down Under, Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles, Free Willy, and The Phantom.
Yes, that's what it was. It was The Phantom.
Yeah.
That's a
The
YouTuber I
Phantom.
watched was doing like a pulp-esque heroes. I want to eventually do The Rocketeer. That movie looks so good.
Oh yeah.
Joe Johnston did that.
Also to the Richard Dreyfuss, I think is like perfect. Timothy
Was
Bottoms and
he
Jeff
in the
Goldblum.
French Connection, because I know
Richard
one of these
Dreyfuss.
people.
Roy Schneider is
Roy
in the
Schneider's
French
in the French
Connection. Yes.
Yeah.
But like Richard Dreyfuss is like perfect because John Voight is 84 right now. Dreyfuss is 75. And it's like Voight would have been too old.
Yeah.
Bottoms and Bridges are younger than Dreyfuss, but I still think like it's that odd era of like even 4 years difference in age. They look drastically younger. So
My first introduction with a French Connection was the special features when they talk about how he was in that, and Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief when they go to L.A. and there's the dude talking about the French Connection. Yeah, I've seen it. It's like, it's the best movie ever
There's
made.
a French Connection
Yep, they talk.
reference.
Yep, there's a
in-
guy who's been hypnotized
Jackson.
in L.A. casino. He's playing the French Connection. Yeah, he's playing a pinball machine in French Connection. It's like, yeah, it's the best movie ever came out.
So I
Yeah,
brought
it's the
up
best movie in
Twilight, and that's
1975.
stupid. But you brought up Percy Jackson, and that isn't stupid.
Percy
hey,
Jackson
Percy
and the
Jackson's
Lightning
not
Thief.
bad. Percy Jackson Lightning Thief is not that bad.
I don't
actually.
know.
The second one has that funny lines. I had to go through hell and Cleveland.
And Cleveland.
Fuck Cleveland. Let's go.
Fuck you, Deshaun Watson.
He's on my fantasy team right now.
Trevor, no!
I thought he might have a bounce back year. Not
you
really.
fool!
Well, I'm riding with Kirk Cousins. So
Kirk Cousins is a fantasy machine, man.
yeah. Not so much against the Chiefs, but that
No,
what do you
it's
expect?
so weird. The Vikings.
Can I draft Taylor Swift onto my fantasy team?
How you should draft Travis Kelce. All right. Anyway, alternate casting for Quinn.
Jesus.
Lee Marvin and Sterling Hayden. They both turned it down. And so Robert Shaw was recommended by the producers.
Oh.
I also didn't know he's English.
Wow.
Robert Shaw?
Yep,
Yeah.
not American.
Like I said, criminal that he was not nominated for Best Supporting Actor, honestly.
Kills it.
He is like one of the best in this stuff. But yeah, any other
Yep. Oh, I got a few more. Ben Gardner is a real man. He is a actual local. I don't know if he's still alive, probably not, but he was a actual local of Martha Vineyards and a fisherman. The Ben Gardner jump scare wasn't in the original script, so Spielberg wanted to get a bigger scare and test audiences. He was like, I can do something a bit scarier. Studio would not pay for it because at this point, Jaws had famously ballooned in budget.
Yeah, yep.
It was the first movie ever to be shot in the Atlantic.
A couple mecha sharks, go down.
Yep.
It turns out filming a movie on the ocean and
Is
doing,
expensive.
not only that, doing 10 minutes of prep work when you set everyone up and then the ships have moved, drifted 5 feet away, and you got to go, restart it.
Yep.
It's hard and eaten to the budget. So Spielberg paid $30,000 of his own money to film this.
Okay.
They filmed this in the pool of Verna Fields, one of the editors. Gardner was put in a vat of milk to add to the murky underwater effect.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And here's the final fun fact. So much blood was used in this that it started seeping into the local water supply of Martha Vineyard. A red notice was put on effect into the town.
Fuck
and
off.
he goes from
God damn it.
downtown.
God damn
Oh,
it.
I was so happy when I wrote that.
I don't red notice.
Did you hear the Exorcist one where I brought up Red Notice
I
as
did.
well?
I was very happy.
Wait, is that an actual fact?
Nope,
or are
that's
you just
that's
referencing
just Red Notice.
That's just the dumb fucking Red Notice fake fact that you
The
put in
greatest
there.
movie of all
I was
time,
gonna,
baby.
I was gonna
Jesus.
say it's like I don't remember there being that much blood.
All right,
So
so
now with the writer's strike over, they
Especially
can
in-
finally
it's the-
start writing
the
Red Notice
ocean.
too.
It's the ocean. How would it seep into the water supply?
no,
What are you talking about?
what the fuck?
That is the end of my fun facts.
What's
Those
I
were
think-
mildly fun.
Yeah.
50%.
I think the Red Notice one, that was so good. Because I
So,
saw, you guys didn't see this, but Sean was like, I saw him.
I was
and
just
saw
like,
his-
huh?
I was wondering if you guys would pick up on it. And I saw his face and it was like,
I
oh,
did
and I was
not.
like, hook, line, and sinker, I got him.
No, oh my god.
You could not, you have no idea how proud I was of when I was thinking that. Because I was writing the facts and I was like, oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. A Red Notice. is
so
put on.
so I'm surprised you didn't put our film. I think what we all collectively.
Well,
said
yeah,
was
I
our
didn't want to. The film,
yeah.
bro, frack. The film, what is it?
film.
bro,
it's
fact.
it's the title of it is
The
called
Aragorn kicks
the
helmet.
Rick
slash-
Dalton / Viggo Mortensen Toe Award for the most film bro fact.
Yep, it is that this movie ballooned in budget and the shark did not work.
Yeah, that's like probably the best one.
What helped? It helps with the movie a lot. The fact that the shark never worked.
Yeah. But also I have on here before we get into the awards, did this film pass the Bechdel test?
It does. There
It
is
does.
a throwaway line where a woman is talking to another woman. She says, like, you weren't born on an island. You don't live on an island. You're not an islander.
Yeah. So it technically does pass the Bechdel test.
Once again,
Wow.
that's 3-0 for me.
Is it?
Yep.
I guess because you did Nice Guys.
Nice Guys has it with his daughters talking to Jamie.
Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire, his Renee Zellweger talking to her sister.
But that's mainly about Jerry.
Now they talk about other stuff too.
Okay.
No, and all the women talking about.
Oh,
the-
yes,
yep.
yes. Okay. And then, man,
Oh,
you're
speaking of Jerry Maguire, I have to make an addendum. When I said talked about the Denver Broncos, I said they went 3-13. They went 13-3.
That's a big difference.
It is. You should.
Ah,
have
man,
been there.
if I had known it was like a football movie, I
I
definitely would've.
know.
Damn.
My entire thing was just talking about. I didn't get to go into.
I thought it was the one where he's like selling cars, but that's a different movie.
No, there is a scene where
Used cars?
Cuba
Yeah.
Gooding Jr. is like next to a camel for a used car dealership.
yeah. Anyways, we've already done Jerry Maguire, so let's go on to our awards.
Ta-da!
Of course, the ending of all the episodes. But of course, the first award, best scene. So I have. I think
There's
I have,
only one correct
Hold
answer for this.
on. You did this on The Exorcist. Give me let me read the nominees.
No.
At least.
Ow, my ears. So loud.
I
sorry.
think I have 9 nominees here. So
What?
I have what?
Pardon?
Huh?
Pardon?
Who's on first?
What's on second?
No. What's
I'm
tomorrow?
at home.
What's tomorrow?
I'll pay you I'll pay you on Thursday for the hamburger.
What?
I don't know. Okay.
I'm making Popeye deep cuts.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay. But the nominees I have are the opening skinny dipping scene. I mean, iconic.
Mm-hmm.
And, Alex Kittner's death. That's of course with the dolly zoom. Then the tiger shark is caught plus Kittner's confrontation or Mrs. Kittner's confrontation. I think that's just a
So good.
yeah. Her being like you
My
killed
son is dead.
Yeah.
We can just play that scene.
Yeah. Honestly, it's such a good scene. So we'll play it right here.
You knew there was a shark out there. You knew it was dangerous. But you let people go swimming anyway. You knew all those things. But still, my boy is dead now. And there's nothing you can do about it. My boy is dead. I wanted you to know that.
Then
I know,
the
Sean,
next-
you uploaded porn. No!
The wrong file.
No!
You used the wrong file.
That's the Ryan Gosling literally me hyper edit you made. He is in an I Am Ken Enough hoodie right now.
I am in a Canuffs hoodie right now. But Gardner's ship is found. So the jump scare. Then
Boo.
the shark attack in the pond. Then the shark circles the orca when they put the first barrel on
You
there.
just list every scene in this movie.
No, I'm not.
When
listing.
8 scenes.
When I was watching it, because it's a DVD and it had it only said it had 17 scenes in it, which I don't know how
DVDs are so weird with the scenes
Yeah.
because like there are movies that are like
They're more beats.
yeah, it's like 2.5 hours long and there's 7 scenes and it's like bullshit. And then
12
there's
Angry
like,
Men.
I mean, and then there'll be like
Scene never ends.
then there'll be like
ride
80-minute
never
movies
ends.
where they have 56 scenes in it. It's like no fucking doesn't stop. But and then I have the guys drunk on the Orca plus Quint's USS and Indianapolis story, and then the final one that I have is Quint's death.
Quinn's death is the scene that scared me the most as a child, especially like I even queased when he vomits blood and when the shark bites him and he vomits blood and he's just dead.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the Jaws ride at Universal Studio had most of the actors replay their role, and so they had Quinn back because they acted like Jaws was a
Well, Quinn, the guy who played Quint, died like
They
2
had
years later.
Okay, they had a guy who was
So-
acting like him, but they act like Universal Studios did this thing when it first opened. Jurassic Park was like the lore of it was like, oh, this is like the new Jurassic Park. They dropped it quickly. Fun Universal Studios fact, but they had like scenes with him and a guy who looked like Hooper, and he was
Oh,
like, I
cool.
didn't drop the spear. I killed the shark. I killed it. And then they had Quincy be like, oh, but Jaws cuffed me up like a giant hairball, and they just play that scene in reverse.
Oh.
It's fun.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
But yeah, then I have the honorable mention with Brody and his son at the dinner table, which I mean is such a good small scene.
Indianapolis.
That scene was
and
also
it's like the crux of the movie, like these three gentlemen.
I think the scars
working
I mean,
together.
That was our
Yeah.
cold open. That's like one of the best scenes. Probably the most famous shot is the Hitchcock zoom with that sting.
Yeah,
it's-
the Kittner's death is like definitely probably the most iconic.
That's the Kenneth Branagh Dutch angle camera trick.
Hold
award.
on, we're getting to that
No,
award.
Trevor, it's too far.
But no, I'd agree. Guys drunk and then plus also
Yeah.
Quince.
Literally a scene where people are
Does
just
that
talking.
finish with them singing "Show Me the Way to Go Home"?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'd put. I think like the scars, Quince monologue, and then
sea
Show me
shanty.
the way.
honestly,
to
you know
go
what?
home.
I'm just gonna play Quint's monologue right here.
Mm-hmm.
Very first light, Chief. Sharks come cruising. So we formed ourselves into tight groups. You know, it's kind of like old squares in a battle, like you see in a calendar, like the Battle of Waterloo. And the idea was, shark comes to the nearest man, that man he starts pounding and hollering and screaming. Sometimes the shark would go away. Sometimes he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that shark, he looks right into you, right into your eyes. You know the thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes. When he comes at you, he doesn't seem to be living until he bites you, and those black eyes roll over white, and then... Oh, then you hear that terrible high-pitched screaming.
It's the best scene in the movie, and it's just people talking.
Intercut with the trailer for that Nicolas Cage movie about the USS Indianapolis.
No. Scenes from that movie are like his flashback.
Yeah.
He sees Nick Cage. So I think we all agree, guys drunk on the Orca plus Quint's
I'm
story.
gonna throw in the first fish scene. Where Brody is trying to tie the knot, because that where he's tying the knot, and the reel slowly clicks, and it clicks, and you see him slowly hook in that scene, and it like
There's
it's
not
like,
really-
hey, I got it.
Let's be real. There's no bad scenes in this movie.
No,
it's not. There's no.
but like nothing about this movie sucks. Like the scene where Mayor
I love
Mayor Vaughn? No.
Vaughn.
Mayor
telling...
Vaughn, when they're in the hospital, and he's like, my kids were on that beach too.
Yeah.
And like he brings it, and Lord of the Seas like, you gotta sign this paper.
Well, like
sign
even
the check,
But
do the right thing.
Quinn's flashback is like, if that scene, like if it's on TV, I sit down and watch it. Like,
Yeah.
It's a great
doesn't matter.
line.
It is a great.
I just listened to
like
his
I said,
talk,
it's a
his
great
monologue.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, so we all agree on that.
The monologue, yeah.
Okay.
The whole movie is the best scene.
Yeah, the whole 2 hour 4 minutes of it. Best actor. So this one's very tough because I
I'm
put
going with Roy.
What? Trevor just was like, I need to get out. You need to be somewhere, like.
No, I have nowhere to be. I'm just I'm not beating around the
at
bush.
10 a.m.,
man.
but who cares?
I have Roy Scheider as Brody, Robert Shaw as Quint, and Richard Dreyfuss as Hooper. And I think I have to also go Brody. I think Roy Scheider is underrated. He is such a good actor. I really hope we get to choose more movies with him in it. And
I'm
talk
him
about
as
it.
any
I'm gonna
other
go Richard
person.
Dreyfuss.
Oh,
for
really?
Hooper. I didn't say this in the fact, but the reason why Lucas knew him is because he worked with him on American Graffiti.
Yes.
That'd be an interesting one to talk about.
We'll do American Graffiti. I'd be down with that, but no, like honestly, it's really hard between all three of these guys. Honestly, so
I can't
but-
imagine Roy Scheider being anyone
Yeah.
else in this movie.
exactly. He's
He brings
such-
it. He just got the look too.
Yeah.
I don't think we talked about it, but the costuming in this movie is just perfect. It is
Oh,
funny to see.
I've
them
never
all
once
in-
thought about the
Hooper
costuming, but
has probably the best outfits in this, in my opinion. He's just he looks fucking cool.
he's the
Yeah.
best fashion icon of this movie.
I think so.
The
Like,
Kim
denim on
Kardashian
denim.
Fashion Award.
No, we're not
No,
making
that's not a
another.
real thing.
We're not giving Kim Kardashian a fucking award.
the Kanye West former wife Kim
Oh,
Kardashian
geez.
former wife award.
No.
Yeah, someone who got divorced in the movie.
I'm gonna sue Roblox.
I don't even.
But
Anyway,
All of them wearing Dockers is really funny because like Dockers are now like a common shoe.
Yeah.
They're like very
they brought him in style.
yeah, they're very
because of this
popular
movie.
sneakers. Like not even that, just like that style of sneaker is very
oh, they
popular,
do
but
have
it's a,
some nice sneakers.
it's a
Yeah.
genuine like boat shoe. That's like an actual. It's like an actual. That's what you wear
Oh
on
yeah,
boats.
that's why they're called Dockers.
I know.
So
It's just
like-
very funny to see where form meets fashion, and like
Yeah.
fashion takes over form, and it's like this is form for something else.
What
Like,
it-
jeans used to be
what-
dock worker shoes.
What if in this scene where like
dock
Quinn,
workers pants?
you
not
know-
shoes.
you know that-
they
you
didn't
know-
wear jeans for shoes.
you know the scene where Quinn is like strapping
It's so
up.
late, ladies and germs,
You know the scene where Quinn is like strapping up
and
with-
non-binary folks.
with the fishing pole. I was like, what if you cut to see his feet and he's wearing like Vans,
He's
or, like
just got,
Crocs
he's
or
got,
something?
dude. I'd
What
wear
if he's?
Crocs
What
on
if
a
it's
ship.
the supreme drip hyper rabbit?
He's got Jordans on.
Yep. He's got J's. This shark creased my J's,
creased my
Hooper.
J's.
Hooper, you're creasing my J's, Hooper.
Best supporting actor. I have Lorraine Gray as Ellen Brody, Murray Hamilton as Mayor Vaughn, Carl. How do you pronounce his last name? The
I'm not
screenwriter?
looking at it. He's not a supporting actor. He's a bit role.
Well, I had to fill it up somehow.
Wouldn't Richard Dreyfuss
was he
count
the
as
writer
a
of the book or
supporting
the other
actor
one?
Here?
I put
Benchley or Gobetti?
Gobetti.
Yeah.
Gobetti. Carl Gobetti as Meadows / Mayor's right hand man, Jeffrey Kramer as Deputy Hendricks, and Lee Ferrio as Mrs. Kittner.
Who did you say was the
mayor?
No, the deputy.
Oh, Jeffrey Kramer.
Okay, what else has he been in? Because he looked like he felt like a face straight out of Friends. He has that 90s sitcom face.
Let me look.
Because am I the only one who thinks that he looks like was in a bunch of sitcoms from the 90s?
I haven't seen Jaws since the last time I watched it, which was a while
Tonight.
ago.
Don't tell him. Don't let him know.
I've seen it.
Don't let him know.
A lot of times.
Yeah, same.
Jeffrey Kramer, most well known for his for movies, Jaws 2, Clue.
He's in Clue?
He's
oh my god.
in Clue as the motorist, and then
I was gonna say he's Mr. Mustard or whatever.
No,
he
he's
was
not
a
Colonel Mustard.
producer on 62 episodes of the TV show The Practice.
Okay, so he did do TV.
But he was an executive producer.
That still counts.
He's only acted in he never really acted.
Okay,
that
clearly
much.
Graham was just mistaken.
So, but no, he does have that he does have the face of like, yeah, I could see him being in like a sitcom.
Did Spielberg do the same early thing that Lucas did where he wanted semi-unknowns? Because he said
well,
that
like, Roy Scheider and Richard Dreyfuss would have been known at this time.
Yeah,
so
but he
probably
didn't want.
But at least for
he
maybe
didn't
like
want,
the bit roles,
yeah, he didn't want Charlton because he thought he was too big.
Well, like Charlton Heston was like the guy. He was like a big guy. Like,
what was he in? Because
he's in Planet of the Apes. I don't
yeah,
even. I
the
don't
OG
even know
Planet, yeah, the OG
anything
Planet
else.
of the Apes, Soylent Green.
Oh,
he was in
okay.
a lot of like 70s,
Okay.
late 60s, early 70s kind of.
Because
action
despite
movies.
the fact that the two of us are on this podcast, we're not really film bros.
Yeah.
I know
Hey,
that. I
guys.
know that's a loaded term for you, Sean. I listened to the.
I
Exorcist.
know you're triggered right now.
Motherfuckers.
You're a film aficionado.
Thank you.
And a white boy.
Well,
No.
look who's talking.
He's wearing an I Am Knuff shirt. He's literally Ryan Gosling.
I'm literally him, guys.
Who's the literally me character in this movie?
I'm not making another.
I'm literally.
You're
Quinn.
literally just trying to make new awards out
yeah,
of thin
I was
air.
also gonna say.
I'm literally Quinn. Because
I'm literally Brody.
I'm so stoic, and I'm
an old sailor
rugged
man.
Fisherman, you know.
But
we should. Oh, never mind.
What?
I was gonna say we put the confrontation between Quinn and Hooper, where he's like, "You got city boy hands, Mr. Hooper." That's a good scene where they're all loading up.
Yeah, we can put that right here.
There's every
That's not
scene
gonna
is
win because
good.
we already voted.
Yeah,
it's too late.
We'll still
Too
play it right here.
Yeah.
How's that?
Give me your hands. Dogfish. You got a $5,000 net. You got $2,000 worth of fishing, and along comes Mr. Whitey. By the time he's finished with that net, looks like a kitty scissor class has cut it up for a paper doll. You got city hands, Mr. Hooper. You've been counting money all your life.
All right. Hey, I don't need this. I don't need this working class hero crap.
You're not going to do this aboard the ship, are you, Mr. Quinn?
Maybe I should go alone.
Actually, just put the whole movie in here
yeah.
here.
Welcome to Relax and Rewind. Relax and Rewind.
Where we
Jaws
talk about the movie for half an hour
full
and a half.
movie 4K HD.
Welcome to Rewax and Relined.
Okay.
Where
A
we-
candle making
we
podcast.
Redub the movie.
No, this isn't scene for scene.
Okay.
I just threw shade
Who's-
at some
who's-
Sean's fucking I just threw shade at a very That's probably the most precision shot I've ever thrown at.
I didn't even hear it. I'll have to listen to the recording.
Yeah.
Did Sean hear it?
I didn't hear it.
Oh, I said this isn't redoing scenes.
Oh,
Now I know who's gonna give us that one dislike. Taking shots at 11:40 p.m.
I still don't get it.
Don't worry about it. Did we ever get to the best? Did we ever say who was the best supporting actor?
No.
I'm gonna say Mayor
Brody's
Vaughn.
wife.
I was gonna say Mayor Vaughn as well.
We talked about this with Jerry Maguire about how Bob Sugar has a very like punchable face and this very punchable energy. Mary Vaughn brings it the same. Who's the actor? So I can give him his actual name.
Murray Hamilton.
Murray Hamilton has this very much like sleazy salesman, but he's like this slick mayor.
Yeah, it's like perfect casting. Honestly,
the casting in this movie is beyond amazing.
I heard you say that you're gonna give it to Ellen Brody, the Lorraine Gray.
Yeah.
That scene
just because
that scene where they talk about how it's Mikey's birthday, and then she's like, "Oh, come on, give it to him," and then she looks at the page and it's the shark in the boat. It's like, Michael, did you hear your father? Get out of the water now.
Oh jeez.
No real reason.
Controversial opinion. This movie kind of rules.
That's
just
not
saying,
controversial
guys.
at all.
I have a little. Gosh, I keep burping.
Actually, have you ever heard anyone talk crap about this movie? My sister said it was boring.
Your
sister also wanted to vape fat clouds during Sonic 2, so
I think most people wanted to do that. I wouldn't really.
Sonic 2 also rules.
Okay.
Were you there for that?
Sonic 2 is great.
Yeah. That was a good viewing.
It was excellent. It didn't beat us going to Dune and me in full Reimu Harukawa cosplay.
Yes, because that
Damn,
makes sense.
this is when I was at school and I didn't.
Yep, I was cross-dressed.
You should have been there, Sean.
Yeah,
You
we
really
need to see some movies
for part
together.
2. You have to run it back.
All right, going on. Favorite character? I have Brody, Quint, Hooper, Mayor Vaughn, and the Shark.
I'm gonna go
Shark,
for Quinn just because I love everything about him.
I mean, how could you not vote Quinn?
I was gonna say like Quint's probably the best character of this.
Is it Quinn or Quint?
I think it's Quint.
Yeah, I think I also have it written down as Quint, but we call him
Quint.
Quinn.
With a T.
And then best line. I think either the Quint.
I would like to interject one.
Quint monologue.
Fans of this
yeah,
movie are
go
like,
ahead.
why'd you call him Quinn for half the thing?
Yeah,
we can fix that in post.
Fix it in post.
Oh, we can. What?
So there's one line after the scene where those two fishermen throw the that holiday ham out, where the deputy is talking to Brody, and this line has stuck with me. I say it all the time, much like how I always said Jerry, and I showed you the video. That's not funny. That's not funny at all. That line I have referenced 1,000 times in my life, with fully understanding no one's gonna get this one throwaway line from Jaws, but that is my favorite line because that just burrowed into my ADHD brain. It says like, that's what you say when you say something's not funny.
So like that, I have one that of course you gotta do like the iconic like Hooper going with when the like 7 guys in the boat are like and he's like they're all gonna die.
Yeah, they're all gonna die.
But there was one that stuck out to me.
I know what it is. A what?
No. I'm just gonna. I love this clip. I'm playing that clip right here.
But what kind? What kind of shark?
It's a tiger shark.
A what?
But there is during the
spit it out.
Gosh, Trevor. Oh my God.
Cut to the chase.
It's during the when the first shark attack happened. Not the Kittner death, but it's right before the Kittner death, and it's like, will the beaches be open? And Roy Scheider goes, no. And then the mayor goes, only 24 hours. Everyone's like murmuring, but there's like a line that they boosted just a little bit that I caught, and you can hear in the background. It's quiet, but it's noticeable.
ADR?
It's a girl going, 24 hours? That's like 3 weeks. It's like,
this movie has imprinted into us in a very strange way.
Maybe not very memorable line reading or anything.
Just like
but
Jacob on the baby from Twilight.
The part where the guy in the rowboat is like, "Hey, you kids all right?" And you just see the shark.
Yep, and then
behind
he
him.
just gets eaten alive.
Just,
There's some great screams in
hey,
this movie.
hey,
Oh,
you
yeah.
kids all right? Is
Yeah.
no, he's not all right.
Also, when the two fucking guys are on the dog, it's like, you better be careful. That's my wife's
Yeah, and that immediately
holiday
leads into
roast.
Brody going, "That's not funny. That's not funny at all." Could you play that clip just so I can
Play that
finally
clip,
die
play that
happy?
I can play that clip right here.
So then Den Herder and Charlie sat there trying to catch their breath and figuring out how to tell Charlie's wife what happened to her freezer full of meat.
That's not funny. That's not funny at all.
Oh, what a clip!
Wow, that was a nice clip that we all saw just now.
You know what? I don't think that clip's funny. I don't think that clip's funny at all
Then why'd you include it?
because it's
You know what?
burrowed into my mind from ADHD.
But any quotes that you guys want to throw in?
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah, I think.
Oh,
that's...
what?
Oh, what?
Smile, you son of a.
Smile, you son of a.
Yeah.
Brody's whole speech about like a man can make a difference, and then
Oh,
for 20 years there's been a single shooting from. Oh no, not even that. It's like are you rich? Yeah. How rich? Well, me personally or family wise. I use that. I reference that line all the time when people talk when I talk about my family history because. Spoiler, they used to be multi-billionaires in the 20s.
What the fuck?
Multi-millionaires in the 20s, adjusted for inflation, billionaires. All that funnies, all that money, all that funny. All the funnies in
All
me.
the funny money.
Get your
Money's
funny
gone.
up, not your money up, Dante. All the money is gone. The funny is not. I inherited all the funny, but the money is gone. But when I talk about the family history, I often reference that. People say like, "Damn, are you rich?" I was like, "Well, me personally or my family?" I reference that line all the time.
Black like a dog.
The more we talk about,
the eyes roll over
Yeah.
white.
Oh, yeah.
the more we talk about this movie, the more I realize about how much I just
nominate
reference
every
it.
line,
The whole script.
the whole script.
play the whole movie. Play the whole movie twice.
Whole movie in 3 seconds.
Every time a good part happens, you watch the whole movie again. So it's like
Yeah.
it doesn't end.
Is there a single bad scene in this movie?
Oh, no.
Genuine question.
No.
Genuine
Probably
question.
just like a transitionary scene with like
Yeah, true.
nothing's
There is like
happening.
one weird fade. I don't remember where it is, but there's a very distinguished,
Yeah.
like just one weird fade.
There's probably
but-
one scene where people are just like walking.
Oh,
from
I know the
room
bad
to a
scene.
different
It's
room.
where Brody and Hooper are once everyone's Jaws is dead, and they're like, "What day is it? Oh, it's Tuesday. I think the tide's coming in." That scene sucks. I hate the ending of this movie. Boo!
Why?
0 out of 0
The
stars
shark
out of 10.
loses. The
Boo,
shark
what the
loses?
fuck?
What the heck?
I
want the shark to win.
It's hard to do best or quickly so we can get back on track. It's hard to do best line. I think all of them are great, but best piece of music. So I have Jaws themes or the Jaws theme, Spanish Lady by Quint, and Show Me the Way Home by the Orca Crew.
I'm gonna say, "Show me the way home."
I was gonna say
The sea shanty.
Show me the way to go home.
I love Spanish Ladies.
I'm
though.
tired and
when
I
he
wanna
starts.
go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it's gone right through my head. Wherever I may roam, by land or sea or foam,
I have
you
a
can
feeling
always
that
hear me singing.
We need to
Show
like
me the
make
way
an
to go
album of doing.
home.
We need to make an album of like us just doing famous
Sea
like
shanties?
not sea shanties, but
Oh.
like famous little
Oh,
songs.
well,
from
on Jerry
movies.
Maguire, Sean and I sung a chorus from Earth Angel.
I forgot about that. But what do you say, Trevor? What would
The
you
sea
say?
shanty.
Sea shanty.
Which one?
The one that's in the movie.
Okay.
Farewell and Adieu. Ladies to Spain.
yes,
the Spanish
that
ladies,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, I think for Spanish ladies. I don't know.
Dark Side of the Rainbow. Any song or album? I don't think any. I think all the
Money.
stuff-
Yeah, the Jaws soundtrack.
the Jaws soundtrack
If
works.
you remove the soundtrack to this movie, you lose so much.
Yeah.
So
I think it's perfect.
When the
I've-
shark is swimming around the boat with the barrels, just play like hacky
Bow,
sax.
bow, bow,
Bam,
bow,
bam,
bow,
ba-da-da,
bow.
I
have
and like
n-
speed up the footage.
I have never seen or heard. I've never heard a soundtrack go so in chorus with a movie before.
Yeah. No, that's why I'm like, honestly, there is no.
Because
What
you
about
could go
the
like
movie Drive?
Okay, you have this end of the spectrum where it's Jaws and the soundtrack by John Williams.
I do.
It was Sean, yeah. And you have on the other end of the spectrum the polar opposite of where it's Suicide Squad 2016.
Just like way too many.
That
songs
is the spectrum where we're going at. The bottom is Suicide Squad 2016.
That's a
and
really
the
good
top.
spectrum, though.
Their problem was they just try to put 5 songs in like 1 minute.
That also made me listen to 21 Pilots. I don't care about 21 Pilots. That was just like the emo band to hate.
Yeah. I like some of their songs actually.
Yeah, they're fine. It's like Radiohead. I actually quite like Radiohead.
So
Somewhere beyond the sea.
no,
it wouldn't fit.
Climb
I don't think it would
aboard
work.
and bring along all your hopes and dreams. That's the One Piece theme song.
oh my god, no, I didn't even know.
The
that
One Piece
The
live
One
action kind of kicks ass.
We have a fan here.
All right,
Kind of.
I am.
I just
want
want
to
to get
Modifiers,
let me get to my
kind of.
award that I got. I actually am so excited to talk about
Muppet
the Norton,
Mayhem. Oh,
Norton
You had
Ruffalo
a-
Hulk Award.
You always claim to have a good one for these.
I do. Okay, so if say
Such a
Jaws,
fucking hater, Trevor.
say Jaws was made now, like they were remaking Jaws.
Okay.
Hold on. This is what I was thinking.
Huge caveat.
Jeremy Renner as Brody.
Shit. Ooh.
That made me feel nothing.
Okay, hold on.
I don't know.
Well, like he's kind of like Roy Scheider, where it's like he's like Jeremy Renner is a good actor, but he's not like he's only known as Hawkeye.
He'd have to get a haircut.
His
But,
range of emotions isn't super drastic.
Well, I mean, there's not really. Brody doesn't have.
He-
that.
he- Roy Scheider,
he
isn't
cries in Infinity War. Don't do that. Don't give me hope.
Okay, yeah, you're
But
right.
I was thinking Jeremy
That's
Renner,
Endgame.
kind of like
I was thinking of Wind River.
Did you
when
not
said
see
Jeremy
the
River, though. Or Jeremy
Hawkeye
Renner.
TV show?
I saw it.
Oh, I thought he was great in that.
I didn't say he was a bad actor.
Yeah,
at all.
Also,
I
if
just
you
said
like
he-
the Hawkeye TV show, go read the David Aja and Matt Fraction
That's true, yeah.
Hawkeye comic run. It's just that, but a lot cooler.
Man,
Yeah,
all
well,
the
yeah.
Jaws /
Marvel.
Hawkeye fans are
Marvel.
like, yeah.
Marvel.
We're a big fan of the
what if
Hawkeye
Jaws was a
skunk
Marvel
mullet.
movie?
I'm not even gonna answer.
I'm
that.
gonna say that you could trick. I know you guys talked about the
Iron
9 degrees
Shark.
of separate. Shut up. 9 degrees of separation from
Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, you could do 9 degrees of separation from Jaws to every major motion picture and decision that studios have made. Because this spawned the money sequel time, sequel.
Yeah.
It did the gimmick of Jaws 3D. They even reference it in Back to the Future. It's like
Yeah.
Jaws 4D.
Jaws 19,
Now it's
yeah.
personal.
Now it's personal.
Now.
But so I had
another Steven Spielberg executive produced.
that is yep.
Crazy.
But Renner as Brody. Who did you had someone that you were gonna say?
Daniel Radcliffe as Hooper.
I was thinking that, but I didn't put him. I put Barry Keoghan, who is you both are looking at me like crazy.
I know
but,
who Barry Keoghan is, but like,
don't.
why would he be in this movie?
I think he kind of has that. He's 30 years old. He has that kind of like. I think he
He
could
doesn't
play.
strike me as a by the sea kind of person.
Well, like I think he would play like a really good like.
He's
student.
so Irish, though.
Yeah, but he can put on an accent. God, I think he could do really well of like. Kind of like almost a kid out of college. Kind of thinks he knows everything. Kind of like Hooper. I think he would work really well in this. And then for Clint, Denzel Washington.
I was gonna say Sam Neill,
What?
Ooh.
These are so random to me.
and then I thought about who would play the wife, and I thought Laura Dern. That's too old.
She's not that old.
I mean, Sam Neill's old, and like
Sam Neill's old, yeah, but
you know who'd make a good Quint?
also
Danny
that's
DeVito.
that's Barry Keoghan, by the way.
oh, he just looks like a Oh yeah, I know
Yeah.
exactly who he is. He
Yeah.
was in so much other stuff.
He's gonna
that
be the
is
Joker
not.
in the Batman universe.
Yes, that's who he is. Okay, I was gonna say I only know him from the really bad Marvel
The
movie.
Batman
Which
and the
one?
Eternals.
Yeah, the
So,
Eternals.
I just
I
thought that
actually
would be
like that one.
The Eternals?
Yeah.
You just liked it because there was sex in it. You perv.
yeah,
Yeah,
Marvel
that-
sex.
Very
But,
graphic.
yeah, that's-
Marvel stuff.
That's my 3 picks that I thought were pretty good.
Those seem so random to me. Not gonna lie. Like
Yep.
more so than any other one that you've done for
It
these.
seems weird that original Iron Man, didn't have a sex scene in it. It had them making out, and then
Why
it
are we
cut to
talking
the,
about this? Let's get out of here.
You said Jeremy Renner. You opened the door to Marvel.
Oh my god!
you really did.
I think
Jeremy Renner as a Brody type kind
That
of
would roll.
I think he works. I think he did.
The other ones,
out of all of them, he works the best.
My original idea was Sam Neill as Mayor Vaught.
Ooh,
but then I thought
that actually kind of works.
Because what I'm thinking of is Hunt for the Wilder People.
Oh yeah.
Like Sam Neill era. But I don't know. Maybe make him Kiwi and just continue to keep his accent. I don't know. I'm a big Sam Neill. Anyone that was in Jurassic Park, I'm a huge fan of.
So yeah. Do you have
Sam
any
Jackson
other...
is one of the sailors would be fun.
Sam Jackson?
Yeah, as like Ben Gardner. Or one of the sailors.
No speaking role, it's just his head.
Hey, Ben Gardner have a speaking role.
Did he?
Yeah, like
really
when they're all out chumming.
Okay.
Oh. Maybe
I don't know.
He would be good as a what?
A what? Yeah.
It's a tiger shark.
A
what? That line rules.
So good.
Oh, you mean what?
Yeah.
It's more like high pitch.
What's that? No.
No. Okay. We got let's blow through these past ones because we're reaching the time of the movie.
Are we really?
Yeah, we're at an hour 40.
Let's go.
So Kenneth Branagh Dutch Angle Award. I think the beach dolly
zoom.
The dolly zoom.
Dolly
works.
zoom. Ooh, also post after the shark leaves the pond attack, we get that shot out of
POV water shots.
POV you are shark. Hungry. Yum 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 yum. Where we get the shot where it goes out into the ocean underneath the dock, and you get in between the dock. Sets it up a really nice frame.
Yeah,
I think that would be good too.
I also have Shark's first major appearance when he's chumming the water.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really good. And then also I put the mayor and Brody on the boat or on the barge.
Yeah,
that's a continuous. That's like a one take shot, and you don't realize it until it ends, and you're like, wait a minute.
That's the first appearance of the anchor suit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think one shots are like that impressive.
Well, the way it's framed.
1917 wasn't the one shot. It was CGI. Shut up, Trevor.
I mean, it's just like, okay, you didn't cut 3 times unnecessarily.
That's so hard.
That is,
you know how hard it is to do a one shot.
It is so incredibly hard
at a technical level.
So
but like
you
in
were
terms of the way
in
it looks,
the deal.
like,
you know how many shots I messed up.
This is true.
Oh, I'm having flashbacks.
God, it was so cold.
It was kind of like it is right now.
Remember when the one guy was like, "Hey, what you guys doing?"
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh!
We had a
fan. We'll do a separate whole pod on that. I feel.
Oh, we need to do a commentary track.
We
for the
will
deal.
do. I have a feeling we got to do a commentary. I'll post
That's
that. But
funny,
anyways,
it's a funny idea.
the reason why I put that is because that one take, it switches different angles like a lot, and you don't really catch it, and that's why I think it's awesome. But I think the dolly zoom is just perfect for that. Muppet Mayhem.
What if the shark was a Muppet?
No,
I'm gonna say Quint.
I was gonna say Clint.
Yeah,
Quint. I think that would be
Hooper.
really funny.
12 degrees starboard, Hooper, full throttle.
Imagine Quint's death, but if he was a Muppet and the shark.
Okay, what would he spew up instead of blood? Would it be foam? Would it
I
be
feel
fluff?
like it'd be fluff. It'd be fluff. Come on, it'd have to be.
Just like white down feathers.
God, what happens when we do the Muppets 2012?
We don't.
We make one of the Muppets a human.
When we do the
Sheldon Cooper Award. That's what it would be. The Sheldon Cooper Award. That's what it's gonna be.
I'm a man. I'm a man.
Okay, we gotta get going. Okay, hold
Muppet.
on. Come on. All right, fuck, marry, kill. I have my fuck.
Kill the shark. Obviously.
Fuck the shark because I'm John McAfee.
I was gonna say fuck Hooper. He's got fucking drip for fucking 1975. Mary.
Quint seems like a capable person to
Marry
be hitched to.
Marry Brody. I think he's
Marry Hooper. He's rich. Fuck the shark because I'm John McAfee. That's a deep dive. Do up your own research on that. And kill
the shark.
Quint because
No,
he.
you kill the shark.
No,
The shark is the bad guy.
I fuck the shark. I marry Hooper and I kill Quint because I want his boat.
You want his boat?
I want the boat.
There's a terrorizing shark.
I
on
want
the
to be
way.
a captain of the ship and sail the seas.
I think I like that, but actually, I'm marry
The shark
Quint
would
because
just
then
eat
I
you in
can
your boat.
have the boat.
I marry Hooper for that money.
I'd marry Quint.
It's
and then
not
I'd
even a
kill
nice
Quint
boat.
as
It's like a
well.
tugboat. guys. It's not a speedboat.
It's a
Trevor,
it's a,
get your.
it's a big ass boat.
It's so cool.
I don't know how to
And
drive
I'm
a
marrying
boat. I don't wanna
Hooper,
drive
and
a
he'll
boat.
teach me everything, and we'll make sweet love on the deck of that yacht he's got.
I would kill the shark.
You know
'cause
what?
I'm
Actually,
smart.
you know what? I'll kill Quint for the boat, and then
That's
I'll
the
marry
second time you've gone. I would just kill the bad guy.
No, I say that every time
He
because
does.
it's the only correct answer. for
That's
that.
the only nerd
I would
answer.
marry though. I'd marry the what guy? That's who I'd marry. Lego set setting. I think
The boat.
Lego has already put it out for us. They are making a Jaws Orca Lego
Yeah.
set, so
It's
got to
an
be
Orca
the
set.
Orca.
They're doing it.
Yeah, they are.
It's
Through
the Orca.
ideas.
Well,
set.
how would you do a set for anything else? They're in the water.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
So-
know. Barbie
so-
made it plastic. You can do anything.
Yeah. Matinee or midnight movie. I think this is like a good midday Saturday summer day.
Yeah, it's on
So-
AMC.
Yeah.
It's a good evening movie.
Yeah. Like 7:00. Honestly.
It is a total summer movie.
Like right when the movie
Yeah,
ends.
you fucked up big time.
Right when the movie ends.
Shut
should
up.
be
We had to do
sundown.
it eventually.
I know.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with autumn.
I'm now going to declare a 3-month ban on Spielberg movies.
What the fuck?
How come
Okay.
you can institute that, but you
I'm the
selected a non like a non
Because I took the Spielberg. I took the 3-month Spielberg charge.
Why didn't you just pick
Evil Dead. I didn't think.
Evil Dead or
All right.
That's the first thing that came to my mind, Trevor.
I actually
All
should
right.
pick The Fog.
Let's get this ball moving. So, double feature picture show, best double feature screening. I think, honestly,
Picture show because it's a 2-hour movie. I
you keep messing up this category. It's a double feature. What movie would you do?
It's double feature or picture show.
No, it's
That's how we've always done
no,
it.
it's not.
What's a
I'm
picture
blowing
show
up.
anyway?
What's a double feature that would work well with this movie?
Jaws 2. Fuck you.
Okay,
That-
Trevor. I would say Deep Blue Sea.
My real
Deep Blue
answer,
Sea.
Jurassic Park.
You're really good. Ooh, Jurassic Park might be better though.
kind of different movies, but okay. I don't know.
I might do Jurassic Park actually too. I was gonna say a really good shark movie and then a really bad shark movie.
Sharknado.
But what Trevor?
Anaconda.
Okay.
The music video,
no.
though.
No, I'm talking about the movie.
No, you watched the music video.
The Anaconda
I think
music
everyone
video.
has seen that music video at least once.
And
You've
there's
seen it more
reasons.
than once, haven't you?
No, legit. I think I've only watched it like twice.
I can't say that. We'll get triple explicit if I say it. What I was gonna say.
No, okay. We'll just skip it. Go to the next question. Better Under the Influence?
No,
No,
this movie's too good.
It's really good.
It's just I like my movies stone cold sober.
With friends, alone,
most
or on a date?
Weird choice for a date, but I could see it working.
I can see.
I can't.
Babe, don't worry.
I
I'd
can't.
kill that shark for you, babe.
Babe, don't worry. That's just Ben Gardner's head.
Babe, don't worry. He was encased in milk. Babe, don't worry.
Did you know they actually went over budget?
Babe,
you know
did you?
that the
Babe, hold
shark
on.
didn't
Babe, hold
work?
on. Let me pause this. Babe, hold on. I gotta pause the scene. You gotta check out this composition, babe. Babe, you know about the rule of thirds, babe? Hold on. Let me get a ruler.
Okay.
Okay.
I think it's honestly a good alone movie. It's good all three ways, honestly. I think so.
It's good for three ways. That's
Jesus
weird.
Christ.
Why would you say that?
Now Sean's the
Okay.
perv.
Fuck. No. I could just cut that out if I wanted to.
You won't do the editing.
I won't.
Graham said something about bestiality earlier.
we'll
what would
just
you do
get
to the
it.
shark? What would you do to the shark?
All right. One night stand or comeback kid.
Comeback kid,
Comeback
are you
Kid.
fucking
This is
kidding
so
me?
good.
This movie
Such a
maybe
good
too
movie.
many times.
I've
at
seen this
point.
movie probably 15 times. This was like
This is my second time watching it. I got late to the party, guys. Sorry.
this was like my thing where there was just Jaws. I had a selection of movies that I would take when I would go down south to Florida to visit my grandfather. This was among one of them. Also, all of them, 42 strangely. I've probably seen that movie 10 times.
The Jackie Robinson movie.
Yep. With
That's actually not a bad movie. That was actually
with,
pretty alright.
oh my god,
Harrison
why can't I
Ford.
No, yeah, and
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, Chadwick Boseman.
And then final
Rest
one,
in peace.
rating out of 10.
10.
I think this is a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trevor,
So-
you gave The Thing a 10, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sean, have you given any other movie a 10?
I don't think I have.
I think this is our first.
This is our first and not unanimous 10.
I don't think we rated Did we rate Jerry Maguire? I don't remember.
We did. I think we gave both like an 8 or a 7.
Yeah.
So
That's a really good movie.
it was. But yeah, no, that's Relax and Rewind on Jaws. It would have been Trevor's pick next, but actually we have someone else coming in next week. For Halloween, we thought we'd bring in another friend of ours.
It's me again.
No,
It's not.
No.
Are you attending? You can attend, right?
Yeah, you're.
Yeah, well, I'm the permanent guest.
Well,
There
there can be 2 guests.
You're impossible.
You're honorary co-host anyway.
Functionally a co-host, yeah.
Yeah.
But they couldn't be here, but they will be here next week, and it is our good friend Christian.
What do you choose?
I asked him to do horror movies.
He actually followed the assignment.
Trevor, you will explode within the next 5 seconds.
But he
He got me, guys.
He's just ahead. Like the One Piece buggy.
Oh my god.
That joke only works because he can't see me right now.
Christian will get it. He watches anime. He'll like this one.
So he has chosen. I told him to choose a Halloween movie, a horror movie, and
Jaws
he
2.
was like, "I want to do a zombie movie," and I'm like, "You lit up."
It's not Evil Dead.
So we are.
I know it's not that.
We're doing a zombie movie, is what he said, and he had 2 choices, and he sent me the definite choice. The only thing is that it's hard to watch online. I think you can rent it.
We'll find a way. Life finds a way, right?
Find a way.
Cinema.
Spielberg finds a way. Piracy finds a way. Speaking of the seas. And One Piece.
Jesus Christ.
Nice.
And Red Notice.
So yeah, it is like
it all
literally it's literally you could not rent this movie like anywhere. But I think the Blu-ray is only like $6.
I feel like you probably own it, don't you?
I do.
Well, there you go.
So
Sean just owns every movie.
Come on, Sean. Come on. You got to give it to me, buddy.
So the movie that will be next on Relax and Rewind is Danny Boyle's 2002 film 28 Days Later.
Oh, okay. It was
So-
either that or Night of the Living Dead that I would guess.
Nope. Yeah, it was either between 28 Days Later or Train to Busan. So but we're doing 28 Days Later. That will be our next Halloween pick, and then I think our final Halloween pick will be Trevor. That episode. So
You can't
Trevor,
do the thing.
Yeah, you can't do the relax or the thing, bud.
Well, I wasn't going to.
Are you going to do Halloween?
If it's right around Halloween,
hold
then
on.
yeah. Isn't that going to be the 30? That's that weekend, right?
No, it won't.
It'll come out in November, won't it?
No, it won't.
Oh, you got Judas.
So this episode's coming out on the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
Christian's coming out on the 20th. Trevor's
Careful
is
what
gonna
you
be,
say while recorded, because then we'll hold you to it.
I'm fine with that. Hold me to this one. I don't care.
Well, I know we
It's spooky
deviated with
season.
the fine cut.
Pin them down, boys.
It's fine. But 27th will be Christian's, and then it goes back. Or 27th will be Trevor's, and then my pick will be the first one in November.
All right.
I want to just say this now because we're technically halfway through the spooky season.
And I'm not just talking about tax time for all my Australians.
Australian tax season. That is spooky.
We will have a very special episode of Relax and Rewind on the 31st, where we will be doing John Carpenter's Halloween.
Yay!
So,
Yay. I don't have to pick it then.
So,
what you're saying.
yeah, you
already
don't have
seen
to
it.
pick it. So watch out for that as well. Tune back next week for 28 Days Later when we'll have Christian on. Hopefully Graham will be there too.
Your ears cannot handle 4 people. Your
I think
minds
they
will
can.
explode.
It's fine.
As long as we don't talk over each other, right?
That
We talk
doesn't
over each
ever
other's-
happen.
What?
Huh?
Huh?
I don't know how
All
I
right,
got these
but,
scars.
Wait,
yeah.
I'm talking now.
Jesus Christ, guys. But yeah, you can follow the Relax and Rewind. I was about to say the fine guy. Relax and Rewind on Spotify under Relax and Rewind, as well as on YouTube at After the Credits. You can also follow us on Instagram at _AfterTheCredits_.
Sean posts a lot of shirtless pics, so you're going to want to see that.
Don't tell them. They have to find out.
The content is a surprise.
Follow our Patreon for tasteful nudes.
We don't
No,
have
we
one yet.
You're just adding stuff to the list. Follow our OnlyFans also, by the way, guys.
Yeah, we should say that. Hey, we're all over 18. It's legal.
Yeah, it is.
It couldn't. That doesn't have to be explicit material, right? You can put like anything on that website.
No, but it's just become
Patreon
the
or
porn.
OnlyFans?
It's just become the
It's-
porn.
It's just it's not for porn.
So, but anyways, you can follow me on Letterboxd at _filmworker_. Trevor?
Trevzilla on Letterboxd.
And Graham, where can we find you?
You can find me in your bathroom because I gotta pee.
Wow.
All right.
He's not in your walls anymore. That's good.
I'll go
got
back
out.
into the walls.
He got out.
Silent Hill 4 style.
So, but yeah, check back next week for 28 Days Later, and we'll see you then.
We'll see you
we'll be
28
back with-
days later.
No,
it's gonna be
more
7
recent.
days later.
Don't ruin the fun.
But thanks guys so much for listening. See you.